Nice.
Nice. How was the sandwich?
That was great. That was
Nice.
like first attempt, already restaurant level. I think I could be a professional chef if I wanted to. That was like $100 sandwich right there.
Nice. That's some good stuff. You
I
love to
know
hear
it.
it. Um,
You know it.
heck yeah. Okay. So next thing is, you haven't watched this yet, right? The Reagan OVA of Mob Psycho 100.
I have not.
Okay. This one's
No.
I'll quickly talk about this one. Although you've basically already seen it. It's basically all of season one recapped into 60 minutes. So obviously it's like it's kind of rushed and kind of loses some of its some of the things
Yeah.
it wants to get over. But at the same time, it's not really taking itself super seriously because basically, it's Reagan and he's like, "Huh, we've done so much today, mob, and like we should write a book about our experience." But basically, it's Reagan makes himself the main character of this, so he kind of inserts himself. Like they actually show like he's added on, like they add his face into characters doing something, or they like edit him into the background to make him more important.
Peak.
I know.
It's peak.
And then at the end, when Mob lets his friends read it, they're like, "Yo, this kind of sucks. Let's rewrite it." And it's basically all of season one, and Reagan gets mad and doesn't publish it. So that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah, Loki. I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you're sad that Mob Psycho is kind of over and stuff. You know, like you're already done with it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty good. Next is Hayao Miyazaki's first ever film, Lupin the Third: The Castle of Cagliostro. It's not Ghibli because he didn't make Ghibli yet when this came out. This was like he did this for I forgot what studio, but he basically made it, and it's good. Like you really get to see a lot of like what highlights so good about Miyazaki, like the beautiful blue skies, the green grass always looks amazing in his films, and I guess it's definitely different from his other stuff because this is more like it's kind of more towards the action heavy stuff you saw in Castle in the Sky, Porco Rosso, and Prince Mononoke, like stuff like that, more in the action heavy stuff.
Yes.
And it doesn't and it's not really like super like trying to be like super like more like philosophical, I guess, like his other films usually do, but it still it's a really fun movie. It's got a lot of really fun action. It's pretty violent. I was surprised like kind of how violent it was. Like there's more blood than I expected, but yeah. It was good. It's like a lot of great action set pieces. I really enjoyed it overall, and I really liked the ending of basically Lupin kind of like really showing like his way of life. Basically, like how do I say it? Because I kind of don't want to spoil everything because I want you to watch it because I recommend this one a lot. How do I kind of say this? But basically, by the end, it kind of shows like his philosophy as like a person. Like it doesn't just show like the fancy, thief that we all see him in. Like they actually like towards the end there's like a semblance of like why like who he is deep down and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, not much to say. It's really fun and it's a good movie. Definitely a really strong first feature. Like that's my goat right there. Like that's why he's the goat for real.
The goat. The goat.
Starts crying. But yeah, good
Starts
movie.
crying.
Next up is this is what I was gonna get really mad for. So Summon of the Gods is an animated French. I know it's a down. French animated. It's good though. Here, okay.
Ew, French. Ew.
I knew you were gonna say this. This is what I said too when I first was about to watch it.
French.
But don't worry, it's about Japanese people, so it's all good.
Okay, that's a bit better.
But yeah, it's kind of based on a true story about this.
Anything is better than the French.
French people. I love how we. I love it.
Monsieur, you got a baguette. Got a baguette over there. Oh, thank you, sir.
The French, baby.
The French, I hate them.
That's.
If I had three nukes, it would be France, and France.
Oh my gosh, that's a quote of the century. I can't lie. That's beautiful. Anyway.
Quote that and write it on my gravestone. France, France, and France.
That's raw. You'll be remembered for that. For being Joker, the man who kept America together, and the man who would bomb France 3 times.
You know it, man.
All facts.
I've already saved. I've saved the world once. I mean, like I can choose one country to be gone. And it's France.
Yeah, you know it's France. It's good enough.
It's France. Even trade. Even trade. Anyway,
yeah.
for any of the for the -1 French people watching, I don't actually hate you.
Yeah. He's lying.
Yeah, so don't worry.
But yeah,
I am lying through my teeth.
Yeah, Summit of the Gods is a animated movie that came out also in 2021, and the thing that annoyed me the most was I found out this wasn't even nominated, and I was so mad. I was like, this wasn't nominated? And I was legit, like, really mad. I was kind of fuming when I found that out.
Man.
It's a good movie. It kind of drops off for me at the last half, kind of, but it's still really strong. Basically, it's about this journalist who is kind of interested in, like, the climbing history of Mount Everest. And, like, going into this film, I already knew, like, Mount Everest was, like, one of the most dangerous, like, mountains to climb.
Yeah,
but I just...
So many people have died.
Yeah. And this movie really, like, shows, like, the pure kind of mental fortitude, or, like, you can even call it insanity, that some of these people go through just to reach the top. Like, I thank God I don't have this awful dopamine problem. Like, imagine my dopamine hit would be climbing a mountain. Thank God it's just getting, like, a kill on Overwatch. That's good enough for me, you know?
my dopamine be like, wow. My dopamine be playing Sifu. Do a cool kung fu move, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's fair. But
or like watching a movie.
Yeah.
See a guy's head get blown up. That's my dopamine. Or I go to the gym and lift heavy weights.
I need to start lifting, low-key.
There. You do need to start lifting.
Yeah, like my dad has some lifts. He like lifts every day, bro, and he's getting kind of built. Okay, not like super built because he doesn't like eat a whole lot of meat. So you need me to get like real built, but like he's in good shape.
You need that protein.
He can't eat protein, so you know. Yeah, you know his body can't take it no more.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so mad every time I eat.
Yeah,
meat.
just that breakfast sandwich I had like 30 grams of protein.
Yeah, you need that, you know? But,
yeah, you need that.
Mm.
You need that.
Yeah,
be on that calorie deficiency.
Yeah.
But slim.
Yeah, but some of the gods, basically it's about this journalist who's really interested in like the climbing history of Mount Everest, and like one of the guys there who kind of disappeared from the world seemingly when I kind of don't want to spoil it because this was good.
I think I guessed it. What? The gods took the guy that disappeared and brought him up to where they are.
By the end, yeah, I guess.
Yep.
The main climber, yeah, if you want to, you basically, since you guessed it, yeah, the climber at the end, he goes on top of the Mount Everest, but he never comes back.
Yep. Because the gods took him.
The gods took him.
They're like, man, you're kind of dope.
Yeah, look, he was too cool for this world, but yeah, he was like this journalist is kind of obsessed with like trying to find the history of this like climber who just kind of disappeared after a pretty bad accident. Again, I don't want to spoil it because I want you to check it out. It's worth it. Which was also the best scene, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. But basically, he kind of disappeared, and it's basically a kind of back and forth flow between the journalist trying to scout information, and then back to the main story of not really the main, like they're kind of like get equal amount of screen time for the first hour, basically. The climber himself and like his history, why he loves climbing, and like his true like the sheer amount of dedication he has to it. Like, again, to the point of, like, kind of insanity. Like, to climb this is kind of crazy. It's really crazy, actually. And by the time the journalist finds the guy himself, I don't know, I feel like the movie kind of, like, shifts in pace, and it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it's kind of, like, a little too, how do I say it, like, kind of sudden for me, I don't know. But I still think it's good, because if the last half of it didn't fall off as much for me, I think I would have probably put this higher, but it's fine.
Yeah.
it's still really well animated. So like it's 2D animation, so of course I'm like edging the entire time. So
Okay.
and it's so nice. The climbing scenes, though, I will admit, are really nice. But yeah, basically he finds the climbing guy, and yeah, they both climb together. The journalist wants to take photos of him, and the climber guy's like, sure, but you don't have to completely follow me.
Mhm.
And yeah, but by the end, he basically tells the guy, go home, go down. I want to finish climbing this because the weather conditions become really, really bad. And he's like, yeah, I want to see the top of this mountain because like that's like the sheer amount of dedication. That's how long he's waited, because like he's been waiting years to like find the right weather to like climb this mountain. He's like, I don't care if I die anymore.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to lose. So
At this point, I just want to climb this mountain.
yeah, and yeah, it's a good movie. It really gets into like the mindset of like what these people think, because I never really knew what their mindset was. I always kind of thought they were kind of crazy, but I guess that is true here too. But
They are crazy.
they are. But man, they're kind of epic too. Like that's kind of insane to climb that mountain.
Yeah.
But
Stanley stupid.
yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, this definitely should have won the best animated feature Oscar, in my opinion, and it wasn't even nominated. So
What year? What year was it?
it's the same year as Encanto, so it was not going to win.
Yeah, it was. Encanto.
At least a nomination. It didn't get nominated,
Yeah.
so I was kind of mad at that. But
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
yeah, but Summon of the Gods, good movie, really recommend. So yeah, it's good stuff. Next was my 100th movie actually. Oh, wow, the voice crack. My 100th movie.
My 100th movie.
My 100th movie. A Few Good Men. So a little backstory onto this movie, I guess. The lore I have with this movie. My dad, yeah, my lore. My dad like absolutely loves this movie. If there's 2 movies he'd watch on loop forever, okay, it'd probably be hard for him, but this and The Matrix would definitely be on there. Like this is his second favorite movie, kind of interchangeable with his first, because this and The Matrix are kind of changing with him. So like, yeah, when I was watching this, I was like thinking, yeah, my dad freaking loves this movie because it's 2 things he loves: the weirdos at the army, because he just loves their weird psyche, and lawyers. And my dad is a lawyer, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. So yeah, this movie is it's a good movie.
Your dad Saul Goodman.
What? My dad Saul Goodman.
He's
He's not like that level. He doesn't like going to court, if that's what you want to know. Like he's not a court lawyer. He's like more on like the business side, so a little more boring. But
I get that.
yeah. Plus the courts here in my country, since our country is like freaking like dirt poor, like it's not America. My dad said he freaking hates the courts. Like they're not cool. They're really small and ugly. There's no windows, like in A Few Good Men.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like really ugly.
No windows.
Yeah, and it's like really hot. There's no air conditioning. And there's and there's a lot of people in the room, so it's like the worst thing ever. And he has to wear a suit, so he's like sweating the entire time. He's like, gosh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I kind of get why he didn't become a court lawyer.
Yeah, never mind. Sounds horrible.
It is from my dad's experience, so yeah. But yeah, so he loves this movie, and yeah, I thought it was good.
Conditioning for the win.
Yeah. It's really it's a good mystery. It's really interesting to like see like the different kind of characters at play here. And
what's the plot?
Basically, so in the army there's basically a murder case. Basically these 2 soldiers, they killed a specific Marine. They technically killed him because they put like basically, this is like in like the army, like from this movie. There's like a form of like quote unquote disciplining the men and stuff. So what they kind of do is kind of like beat him up and whatever. So with this guy, they did one of their normal procedures, like they shaved his head, so like he's bald now. Repair.
Hair.
And what we later learn on in the movie is that they stuff a rug into his mouth, and then he dies after that. Yeah, it's really like ew. And basically,
how did they do that?
How'd they do that? They just like grab the rug.
No, I said I don't think they do that now. I hope they don't do that now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The people in my family that are in the military,
they have
not had a rug. They have not had my rug shoved in their mouth.
Were they disciplined in some way though, or?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Never asked
for all
that.
For all we know.
Hey, Hey, listen, were you disciplined? Yeah, no, I got a rug shoved in my throat, and I was also beat up.
Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of
Later,
interesting.
yeah.
Go.
No, I said yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the characters that play here are interesting. Like, I kind of don't want to spoil everything because Loki. I think
That's
this is
Tom
worth
Cruise.
seeing. Yeah, it's a Tom Cruise movie.
Okay.
He plays the lawyer. He plays the main lawyer, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Tom
so
Cruise
funny.
Also a lawyer.
Yeah, in the '90s, bro, my dad hated Tom Cruise until he watched this movie, and now so many of his favorite movies have Tom Cruise in it. I find that so funny.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
he does his own stunts. He's
the goat, kind of. Yeah, he's the goat. Low key, even if he believes in Scientology.
Yeah, he's in the Dead Space cult, but the good ones.
The good ones.
The Dead Space cult.
But yeah, it's a really interesting mystery because you don't really kind of know what happens till later on. I love the scene where he basically gets the info from the guy who did it, like the guy who ordered the soldiers to do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
The way he gets the information out of him, like, it's such a good scene. It's really good. It's really tense. I love the courtroom scenes. But low-key, it's kind of lower because I'm kind of dumb. So like I don't know all the law jargon they say. Like they say a bunch of stuff. I'm like, I get what they're saying, but I have no clue what they're saying. So I'm kind of dumb like that. But good movie. I see why my dad really loves it. Also, like here's fun lore. I just love it so much because I find it so funny. And my mom and dad love like bantering with each other, like they talk a lot and like they joke a lot. My mom will sometimes say to my dad like, "Oh, you're doing the Tom Cruise smile again." And I never understood why she said that.
Cruise.
Yeah, the Tom Cruise smile. I was like, I wonder why she says that. But after watching this movie, I'm like, oh my gosh, my dad does like laugh and like smirk like Tom Cruise in this movie.
Not gonna lie, every time I hear of the Tom Cruise smile, I just think the Christian Bale where he said he based his Patrick Bateman performance on Tom Cruise's dead eyes and dead laugh. That's like, yeah, Tom Cruise does have that dead eye, dead laugh, nothing behind those eyes, kind of close to him.
I know what you're talking about, but not like that. In this movie, like
Babe, you look like Tom Cruise in that one interview.
Yeah. But yeah, I find that funny. So that's cool lore about this movie.
Yeah, cool lore.
Yeah.
Great lore.
Yeah. Love you, mom and dad. So if they ever watch this historic stream, we gotta let them know.
Damn. Yep. I also love mine.
Heck yeah, we love parents around here for real. Which we'll talk about later. Raising Arizona. I'm gonna have a lot to talk about parenting.
Oh yeah.
That movie's gonna be so fun.
Boom. Done. I know.
But first is the case. The case of Han and Alice. This is another Shunji Iwai film. This is the first one I watched from him actually. It's not completely anime. It's more of like rotoscoping, right? Where they kind of animated based off something already.
Like Joe Haver. Yeah,
like Joel Haver a bit. It's kind of like this. This one's kind of like that. A little more cleaned up, obviously, but yeah, it's rotoscoping.
I wish it wasn't. every rotoscope thing should just be Joel Haver.
I would actually kind of love to see him do something like this. Be kind of funny, but yeah, this film is actually a prequel to another film that's higher up on this list. But yeah, The Case of Han and Alice. It's basically this kind of like introverted, reclusive schoolgirl moves to a new school. And she kind of hears about this really crazy mystery about this guy who freaking went to hell or something like that. And his name's Judas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but as you kind of go on, you kind of realize, oh, it's an overblown rumor because it's school, so duh, it's overblown and sounds stupid and weird. And it was really just about this guy in the school who dated multiple girls. And he would give them
Wait. At the same time? Or separately?
Yeah, at the same time.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, so bro is a persona protagonist, got
it? Yeah. And he because the girl here, I think it was Alice, yeah, the girl here, Alice, she actually liked him first because they were childhood friends, And so what she did to confess to him was she gave him a freaking marriage certificate.
Oh my god.
And he said no, but then he used that idea for every other girl. So all the girls would.
Listen, that's a wild way to tell someone, and I would probably say no too if you hand me a marriage certificate.
I'm not ready for that,
Are Are you kidding me?
Yeah, kids are stupid, you know. Kids be kids.
Instant red flag. And two, doing that with, but taking that and using it on other people, that's
Is
the
weird.
most genius thing I've ever heard. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Like, doing that, and it works. Like, you see, oh my god. This man's a genius.
Kind of. But yeah, basically the mystery's like this whole overblown thing. But in doing so, Hannah and Alice, like, they meet up and they start, like, getting into, like, this little shenanigans of trying to track down the guy again, like, trying to see how he's
And they're
doing.
gay.
We don't actually know what actually happens to him. We just know he's, like, safe living in his home. And Alice was like, low-key, I hope I didn't kill him. Because she put bees...
Oh my god.
Because...
What?
She was so mad at him that she put bees under his clothes. And he started, like, going around the classroom crazy, and everyone thought he was, like, possessed by a demon. Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. Have you seen the 911 call video?
No.
Bro, no, I need to send you this. That just reminded me of it. The bees. Oh my god. Bees.
Okay, send it to me right now. The bees.
No, sorry. The bees. Hold on. 911.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me the video.
Bees,
We'll put it on. We'll put it on the stream. We'll put it on the stream.
Please. Oh, here we go. Wait.
Okay. Send me the link.
Yes!
Your sound of joy. Yes. You got it?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Alright, just give me the link. We'll show the stream the beautiful video before we get back to the movie. Yeah, we got time. Okay. Let me put that up on stream. If there's an ad, I'm going to kill myself.
Bro, I used to have ad blocker on YouTube, and then they really made it not possible.
I don't know if the stream can hear it, but I have desktop audio on, so it should be heard in the stream.
I'm Macaulay Culkin myself, and I can't
I'm Macaulay Culkin myself.
I booby-trapped my house before I left for Antigua. I got shithouse off a 6 quarts of Chardonnay on the plane ride back. I totally forgot.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I triggered the whole dang pulley system when I opened the door. I lit my head on fire, got slammed in the feeder by a swinging paint can, and then I got that gainer on a bunch of marbles.
Okay,
No,
Look, tell him to hurry. That egg timer goes off. I'm done for.
what happens when the egg timer goes off?
The bees.
The bees?
Oh, it was going to be the grand finale. The timer, the pulleys, knocking over the bees. Oh, sweet justice on the bad guys. Oh, boy. Here it comes. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Happy holidays?
There you go. The bees.
That's beautiful. I think that was the most emotional piece of media ever. Maybe. 10 out of 10.
Knocking out the bees to the sweet justice of all the bad guys. Oh boy. Here it comes.
That's kind of beautiful. You know, this account, I have a playlist called The Greatest Pieces of Art Ever Made. I'm adding that video. That's low-key beautiful.
It should. It is. I'm not gonna. That's when when I just heard the word bee.
And you think of that video?
I knew it.
But
Man, I knew it.
Back to the movie, I guess. It's really like a simple movie. It's kind of too slow-paced at times, especially with kind of what it sets it up to be. It's kind of like okay, but I still think it's a really nice movie. I love me my slice of life, you know. So I really like the simple kind of story to it, and it's kind of like more about the journey, not the destination kind of film, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's charming, it's nice, and I definitely recommend it. And I definitely want more people to watch Shunji Iwai, so heck yeah. Next, it's the movie! Okay, you want to talk about this one?
It's a.
Yep.
Well, what movie is it?
Raising Arizona. Oh, it's Raising
Oh,
Arizona.
man! I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry about this. Basically, there's this a criminal who keeps robbing the same gas station over and over and over again. And he keeps getting a pretty light sentence because he never actually uses a loaded gun.
Yeah.
He just is holding an empty gun there, and every single time is the same cop taking his pictures and stuff, and he starts falling in love with the cop. And the cop falls in love with him. They get married. They want to have a kid, you know. So they're preparing for it. But then she is infertile. She cannot have children. So they're like, man, how are we gonna get a child? Then they read on the newspaper that a person in this town who owns a store, I forgot the exact name, has like 6 of them, 6 babies, and they're like, he doesn't need all of them. He'll take one. They
Crazy
so they
thinking.
take one. So they take one of the children, and they bring it back and start wanting to raise it. But some of the guys, jail buddies, break out of jail,
And they break in the house.
and they break in the house and they start living there. And then obviously, since one of the children got taken, the people who are rich hire a policeman, and they put a report out. And then this like Undertaker motorcycle person comes in.
I love how random he
Like,
is.
I will find the baby. And he goes off, does some cool, does that, then boom. And then the 2 jail friends see the amount of money that the baby is worth. They steal the baby and run off away from Nick Cage and his wife. And they go attach the baby and want to raise it. And so they're doing that while they rob a bank in the probably the worst bank robbery
I freaking love it. They like show their face.
Ever.
They're like stupid.
like saying their names, everything. They have a baby just attached to one of them.
Yeah.
So they get away, but then the Nick Cage and his wife show up, and they manage to take the baby because something happened. They like blew up the paint can in their car, and it's all blue. So they take the baby, and then the Undertaker man shows up, and Nick Cage and him start brawling, and it's very one-sided brawl. It's like it ain't close. But then I don't know why, this guy had like 15 grenades on his vest, and Nick Cage like pulls
Blows him up.
one of them and blows him up, like completely destroyed. And of course, I'm skipped over probably one of the best parts of the movie, in my opinion, where Nick Cage goes back to that gas station again.
And tries to rob
Tries
it.
to rob it
It's freaking
again.
beautiful.
With an empty gun, and he's trying to rob diapers. And he's being so casual. He's like twirling the gun on his finger like you do, like having a good time. And then the guy pulls out a shotgun, so they start running off. They're chased by the cop. And then Nick Cage runs through the guy's yard, and a dog starts chasing him as well. So he goes into this massive supermarket. He takes some diapers, he takes some other baby stuff, and start running. And all while his wife is driving around trying to find him, and they eventually get it, and eventually run away, and blah 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 blah. The guy blows up. They take the baby back. The guy's just like, "You brought it back, so I guess we're all cool."
Yeah.
And that's about it. That's about it.
Yeah.
Amazing movie. Amazing movie. It's so good. It's so peak even. It's the best. And to watch it, I think Cage in it alone should be enough.
Low-key, the more I think about this movie, the more I should raise it, honestly. I give it like a high 7. I'm gonna give it an 8 now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think so, yeah. It's peak.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this, like, if I'm gonna edit this list again, I'm gonna put it below Hundreds of Beavers, which I also can't wait to talk about, but I think that's where I'd put it, honestly. Because the more I think about it, like, the better it gets. Like, this movie has, like, everything you want out of a comedy and more, you know? It's got incredible acting, like, everyone is, like, top-notch in this movie.
Nick
Cage is in it! Nick Cage is in it, you know? Like, he gives us everything.
The GOAT. The GOAT.
The movie is, like...
The best actor alive.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Name one other actor who has been in any comedies, bad B movies, top A movies, and has been a goated, all the stuff in between, and has been goated in every single one.
Low key, the only one I can think of is Christopher Lloyd. He's in a lot of garbage, but he's not goated in any of them, so you know.
So yeah, but Nick Cage is really like that.
Yeah, you know, he's built different.
He's built different. And the best part of the Flash was him
Nick
randomly being Superman for like 5 seconds. That was the best part.
He didn't even freaking know what he was doing, dude. He said doing the motion. He said since apparently it's about worlds being destroyed, he kind of gave a sad look. And then he said when he saw the movie, he was like, "Oh, they just CGI'd my face, and now I just don't look like I'm doing anything." And he was kind of sad about that. And I was like, "Why did you do that to Nick Cage?"
He just looks like he's mewing the entire scene.
And like again, he said he did his best. Like since it's only one scene, he wanted to make the most out of it. And he said he gave like a whole facial expression. And I was so mad when I found it. He was like, "Oh, they just CGI'd it." Like, how did you waste Nick Cage like that?
But don't worry, he is Spider-Man Noir. In the Spider-Man Noir series.
He's gonna be great.
Therefore, gonna be the best. Gonna be the best superhero of all time. Automatically, it does not matter.
It's gonna be peak though. I can't lie. It's gonna be so good.
Hey.
But yeah, this movie is like really everything I've like really wanted in a comedy. No, it's got really strong cinematography. Like I love the cinematography. It was really creative. It was really engaging. It was like I love the choices in this movie. Like it's so funny and it's so random, but like not so random that it's kind of like, oh, you're just doing it to be random. But like it feels intentional enough. If that makes sense. Like the freaking biker guy is just. He's just so much fun.
Yeah, it's great.
And like, even though he's not even that much in the movie, they make it clear like he has a presence. So even in scenes he's not there, like you feel like at some point he's gonna be a big threat. I feel like a lot of movies that only have a few scenes of a villain really fail at that, but this movie does such a good job at it. And like at the end of it all, it's like a great movie about how important a child is to like a parent, you know? Like I love that ending scene. And my two favorite scenes are like the two ending scenes. The ending with the in the little the room for the kids with the business guy. Because like throughout this movie, this guy's basically freaking to knock us amazing commodities. Like he's just a businessman all throughout.
Oh wait, and then the movie ends with the
dream, where Nicolas Cage monologues.
Dream.
I love that scene.
Yeah.
But before I talk about like gush about that, I love the scene where like the businessman guy talks to them, and like all of a sudden we see this new side of him we've never seen before. Like he understands why they did what they did. And he didn't even call charges. Like he understood like even though it's hard to be a parent, like there's something inherently worth it in like raising a kid. Like there's something so special about it. And I thought that was such a good scene, and I loved like we never saw this side of him the entire time. Like we get shades of it because he cares so much about to get his kid, and like he's also kind of using it to be a businessman. Like, oh, by the way, check out my stuff. You're like, yeah, he's kind of a greedy businessman, but like he genuinely does love his kids and his wife.
Care.
Yeah, he does care. Like he's not like completely heartless, and
he's not the stereotypical. Aha, I'm evil.
Yeah, and he's not the stereotypical businessman guy. Like he genuinely says in the movie, like, I hope whatever's going on between two it works out, because he said something like, I don't know where I'd be without my wife, and I thought that was such a sincere and like honest scene. Like I really love that. It's kind of like how, yeah, even like people like were super focused on like their business and whatever, and just seem to be like kind of like that. Like they change when they have a family, and like they treat things differently. I think this movie shows an amazing job at doing that. Like, and that ending scene where he talks about like Nicolas Cage freaking talks about like, I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I hope it all works out in the end. I love that scene so much. Like by the end I was like, man, this movie is like so freaking good. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me now, like a solid 8 for me.
Oh, yeah. And I just recommend the best movies ever made.
Heck yeah, you do, man. Thanks for the recommendation.
The best movies, dude.
That was a really good recommendation. Like, thanks for that, honestly.
No one recommends movies better than me.
And me. I'm better.
And you, yeah? Okay, well, I don't know better, but you're there.
I'm there, okay, fine. Well, we'll agree to disagree, I'm there.
Inside Out 2, I've not seen this.
Next is, surprisingly, I didn't expect it to be here, Inside Out 2.
Yeah, me neither. I thought it was gonna be shit.
I actually...
Like absolute trash.
I thought so too, honestly, but I actually kind of love this. maybe it's that hashtag relatability factor or something, like kind of
relatable.
Kind of lying to me, thinking this movie's good. But I thought it was genuinely great. Like, I might rate this lower if I rewatch, or even now, to be honest. Like, this shouldn't have gone above Raising Arizona, low key. But I still thought it was like a really it has a lot of what made the first movie special. Like, it's really creative. It adds onto what we've already originally known, and I think it's really cool. Like, a lot of the additions I think are really cool. I love that little brain thing they have. That's kind of like, because people when they grow older, they kind of grow a set of morals and whatever. And it kind of has this tree of like what your morals are as a person and stuff. And low-key, I really like that.
I have no morals.
Your tree kind of repeats things about yourself, like, I'm a good friend, or like I'm something. It even says the bad things towards the end, like, oh, I'm kind of selfish sometimes, or I'm kind of a loser sometimes, but it's all good. Yours would be like, I hate friends.
Okay now.
But yeah.
I have no morals. I just do whatever.
I do whatever. I'm a lone wolf.
I do whatever. I do whatever is best for me at the time.
Heck yeah.
Unless, who knows? That might change. That might not. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't.
But yeah, this movie does its best to like make it a little more fresh than the other one, because like this time the new emotions kind of take over and they basically kick out all the old guys. So yeah.
I have a question. In the first movie, all the other emotions besides like joy and sadness felt like barely even there.
I get, yeah.
Does this movie do that? Like, have them matter more?
Yeah, I guess they're used a bit more. They're there to create a more interesting dynamic between the characters. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've always liked Fear the best.
Fear's low. Yeah, he's kind of relatable. He's also horny in this movie, dude. He was like, I can fix anxiety for real.
I know it. I know it. Hey, listen, man. You
I
go,
get it.
dude.
I get it. I get it so much.
You go, dude. Get that bag.
So that was funny.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
It's base. That's base. That's base. He's literally me. He's literally me.
So I guess my biggest problem with this movie is like the other emotions aren't really used all that much. Like, you could honestly find a way to write them out and nothing would change in my eyes.
The other like new emotions.
Yeah, because anxiety. Anxiety is envy, shyness, and then like laziness, basically. And like those three others don't really get to like they have their moments, but I feel like you could actually write them out of the movie. Honestly, like genuinely, you could write them out. So that was like my biggest problem. And like, yeah, I guess I did fall into the trap of hashtag literally me a bit too much, because it's a bit like, a bit predictable and kind of like, I get where it's kind of going kind of thing. But I don't know, I still really enjoyed it. Is Pixar back? Is like, people are saying, is Pixar's back now? Like, no, it's not. But this was a good addition to the ever-growing... Yeah?
The funniest thing about playing Pixar's back is like, I hate sequels. Alright, I'll give you an original movie. I hate this too.
But the original movie sucked is the problem. Like, some of them aren't good.
To be fair, they're ass. But
Soul was good. Soul was really good.
Okay, besides Soul, what's like a good
Luca
Pixar? What's like a good Pixar movie besides like Soul and Luca in the past like 10 years?
Or like the past 2020s specifically.
2020s, I would say.
Yeah, I guess.
Like what? Turning Red?
No, Turning Red was not good.
I don't like that. I hate that movie.
You're just sexist and racist.
Oh yeah? Well, no, I'm not. Why am I not? I'm not racist. I like all of them. I'm not sexist, because I love women.
Heck yeah, we do. I love women.
How would I even... Whoa! What? Like, how you gonna call me just like a movie? I like a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Are you gonna call me hating men too? Fuck you.
But yeah, Inside Out 2. Low-key, I think
my least
favorite
movie of all time is legit The Rise of Skywalker, and there's more men in that movie than women.
And the men are portrayed worse than that movie. Like, Finn is literally a dog in that movie. He's like, Ray! The entire time, like, he's not He's like a freaking lost dog that entire movie.
I love how the first movie. I love how after the Force Awakens, they're like, y'all, guys, I think we made Finn and Poe too gay.
So we have to split the entire main three all the time.
It's not even that. It's like give each of them a love interest each.
Yeah, it's crazy.
3 love interests each, which is kind of really funny to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's really funny.
And that creates a problem because like their dynamic isn't like interesting anymore. Because by the third movie, you're like, you don't care about each other.
I like them. I like their banter, but they're never together long enough for me to ever think of them as a trio.
Yeah,
it's
like their banter's okay.
It's kind of like Chie, Yu, and Yosuke in a sense, because we'll call them a trio, but it really is them 3 and Yukiko, because those 3 are never like only them long enough to be a trio.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I get that.
Because in 5, you have a whole arc of it's only Morgana doesn't count because he's just kind of like always there no matter what. But you get a whole arc of only An, Ryuji, and Ren, and they even mention that those 3 were the original ones multiple times later in the game.
Yeah, the Shunji, what do you call them again? What's like the
Shujin trio?
Yeah, the Shujin trio. Yeah, the Shujin trio. That's what they're called.
And then in Persona 3, you have the second years minus Fuka, who are all in the same class from the beginning.
Yeah.
And like that, because Akihiko and Mitsuru are kind of like a pair. They're not really in that group, even though they're already there.
Yeah.
And you really do feel like those 3 are a trio. Even when Fuka shows up, she's just kind of like,
yeah,
I'm here.
I love Fuka though. She's so nice, you know.
Yeah, I love Fuka. I love Fuka.
Yeah, Fuka. Yeah, she reminds me of like Samwise Gamgee, you know, like they're just kind of pure characters. Yeah, you're just kind of lovable. Yeah, they're kind of lovable.
Then I guess is also my goat.
I guess
I'm a Makoto as a pair, and then I use a Makoto and the Junpei and Yukari are the only are like the main pairs for me, I believe. There's the more you get into the game, the more Akihiko and Mitsuru start kind of coming out of the pair and start joining the actual group. For me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that far yet. I'm still in like July, I think. So.
Yeah, you're in July. Hey, listen, you're on 8. That's pretty far in the game.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna finish this game and not take a year. Let's go.
Hey, listen. Yeah, it's like you're finishing. You're already like over halfway done.
Nice.
That was like it's way faster than this. It's taking you less time to do this than the entirety. It's taking you less time to play half of Persona 3 than it took you to beat Shiho's Palace. Once.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Don't remind me of that.
Once.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know how. I have no idea how you took that long.
It's complicated.
I don't know how it takes you longer to play Persona games.
I don't know, man. I just built for it.
I'm just fast like that or something. I don't know.
I think I'm just slow, man.
Persona 4 was literally 30 hours. 30 hours I beat the entire game.
It took me 72.
Like 30 hours I beat the entire game. 5 it took me 60 hours to beat the entire game.
200.
And 3 took me 50 first playthrough. Second one was like 30. So I knew what I was doing. I don't even know.
I don't know how you do it. Maybe you are just fast, gosh. Because I'm going at the fastest I can, and I'm already at 50.
Listen, dude. I'm over here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, I know what I want.
I guess, you know, you're on that grind.
I don't even know. It's just that when I play a game, I'm focused. I'm focused on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm focused. That will be done when I want it to be done. I don't know.
Loki need that mindset, honestly, for like a lot of things. Anyway,
it's like another thing I do is that if I'm just like really tired of the combat, I would just not go to Tartarus. Like I barely go to Tartarus at all.
Oh really? Okay, that makes sense.
My first playthrough. No, it's not even. It's like my first playthrough I was really lazy with Tartarus. I went to like 4-100 and didn't go to it the entire rest of the game till I had to. And then for my second playthrough, quite literally every single day I went like through 20 floors and never went in there again until the new 20 floors opened up.
Yeah.
Like that. Those are my 2 Tartarus plans because I cannot go every single night, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't either.
My mental fortitude is only so strong.
Like, dude, in the game right now, there's been like 2 people stuck in Tartarus for like 3 days, and I just haven't gone in. Like, I don't care, just like stay there for now.
Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is that if you have a social link, go in there, save them, because they will literally disappear.
Oh crap! Okay. Yeah, I should probably get that hurry up then. I don't know if that's connected to anything big, but
if it's a social link person, if you leave them in there for too long, they'll literally die, and they won't come back.
That's crazy. You can kill them. Can I do this with Kenji though? Like, I think that's fine, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though. What's really funny is that I completed. I forgot the girl's name. What's the little girl's name?
Maiko?
Yeah, Micah. I finished her social link, and then she was just in there when she moved away. I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you here? What are you doing?"
She got.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
She got God, I guess. I don't know. The shadows went. Like, they were running. But yeah. Focus on the only ones you really need to do is your social link. The rest of them just give you random stuff when you go to the policeman to buy equipment.
I should go to the policeman more often, honestly. I'm too lazy to buy weapons.
Also, make sure you sell the stuff you get from Tartarus.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to do that. You sell, and you get like 3,000 yen. I mean 300,000 yen. 300,000 yen for that.
That's crazy. Bro, I could give all my money to Tanaka now.
Listen, true. Just give them everything.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, no. And then I don't know if he will show up for you yet, but when you're at night when Tanaka's not there, I believe it's like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, go to the club and see if the monk was there. His social link's also really good.
Okay. I'll keep note of that too. Yeah, I need more things to do at night. See, I maxed out my charm, so I don't really have much of a reason to go into the cafe anymore. You know?
Yeah. At night, once you complete the monks and Tanaka's social link, it's kind of just pointless.
Yeah, and by then you've already maxed out your courage and charm, probably. So.
Yeah. So you don't really need to do it. I will say I don't know if. I think you probably could do it. Go on Sundays. Check to see if Akanari is at the shrine.
Yeah, I've been checking. He hasn't appeared yet. It's at day, right? So like the daytime, right?
It's Sundays. It's Sundays during the daytime at the shrine. I don't know what day he exactly chose, because I know he had to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet, so I've just been doing the gamer girls freaking social link.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
I like the way she types. It's funny. And she gets freaking drunk. Anyway, April's story.
Who do you think it is?
Who I think it is? At this point, it's the teacher, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You kind of guessed it. It's super obvious.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm a teacher, by the way, and you're like, oh, okay, who's the only female teacher in the freaking, like, game? So it's like...
Who is the only female teacher?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's Kawakami, guys! But yeah.
Quite literally.
But yeah, next movie, April's Story. This is another Shunji Iwai film. So I was supposed to watch Picnic, but I read reviews saying it was like depressing, and that day I just did not want to watch a sad movie, so I was like, we're watching April's Story. And man, it worked! It's such a feel-good movie. Basically, this girl who's in college, like, she moves to a different college, and, yeah, basically you get to see, like, her kind of daily slice of life. She's a bit of an introvert, so I'm like, oh my gosh. Literally me. She can't interact with people well. Literally me, dog. So, yeah.
You're right, people.
Yeah.
I just show up to say, hey, listen, man, you got money? That's our target money.
Yeah. But yeah, basically,
don't try that. Please don't try that. Do not try that at home. That does not work. I was joking.
But yeah.
I was joking.
But yeah, she basically kind of joins because this guy she likes freaking lives near there, and she's like, I kind of need to get close to him for real. For real, for real. So she goes there and goes to a school nearby so she can freaking meet him at the library. Or like the bookstore there.
Oh.
And I get it, you know, like I get it.
I get it, but you're kind of taking it. Wait, like I will go to this school specifically for this reason. That's why. It's commitment. It's commitment. Dang.
But yeah, it's kind of, I get why a lot of people aren't like big fans of this movie because it kind of like, it is kind of like things just happening and nothing really progressing. Like nothing, it isn't like super, like compared to other UI films, it's not like super, like not like the most happens in it or nothing like the most emotional happens in it. But like it's such a feel good movie, and it kind of reminds me of like Howl's Moving Castle because I really like Hayao Miyazaki and both Shunji Iwai's like style, and because even if that movie is like inherently weaker than their other stuff, it still like gives me like it still makes me like so happy just watching it, and it's like it just their styles kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily save the film, but because their style works with me so well, I just gelled with the movie so much better. So
Yeah.
I'm
over here just saying like Howl's Moving Castle. I'm just saying, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't even know why that happened.
Yeah, but
I don't know why they're doing that. And please make her younger again. I don't want to look at this frog, ugly old woman anymore. Please. Please. Every gypsy old woman is so ugly, dude. Oh my god. Like, holy moly.
Yeah.
They look like frogs. Demons.
But,
Bro, they're so wrinkly. Like, dang, dude. They're not that fast. Jesus.
But yeah, those last like 10 minutes were like they made me like smile the entire time. Like it's so like it's just such a joy to watch. Honestly, I can't like not rate this lower than an 8. It just made me smile the entire time. So and it's really short.
You
like
like
an
smiling
hour.
here.
Yeah, I like.
You
Smiling.
like smiling here.
I
do like smiling.
Like
Despite what we say, that depression that we like
greatest.
depression movies.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of weird, but yeah. I like depression movies, but I also like it when a movie smiles. I mean, that's why the movie that number one's at number one. Like, everything in the top 10 made me, like, somewhat rethink, like, my life. You know, rethink life and stuff like that.
Rethink life, dude, yeah.
Yeah, those 10 movies, in the top 10.
Truman Show.
Yeah,
Truman Show truly does make you rethink life.
It's freaking crazy. But we'll get there, We're almost there, man. We're so close, but,
We are getting close.
Yeah. You think we can finish this right now, actually? This whole list?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, Lake Michigan Monster. You want to explain this one?
What are we doing now?
Lake Michigan Monster, baby.
Oh! Lake Michigan Monster.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Basically, okay. This weird guy who is a sailor, but not a sailor. He's married to this really old woman for some reason. I don't even been married. I don't even know. But, he hires some people with the cardboard cutout instruments to kill the Lake Michigan Monster.
Whoa, that's the name of the movie.
The name of the movie, and and they try to kill it.
And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Why do you give him a sword? Like, go in the water and quick, kill him. Like, what is?
That's the best.
The guy's standing there with like gun.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no. A guy gets impregnated by the monster and throws an egg.
I freaking love that.
That gets shot at, and then the guy like, you killed my child. Like, dude, do you really want that child?
It was his kid, man. Remember we talked about Raising Arizona? Like, they just love their children.
Yeah, if my child is in an egg, I'm sorry. That's not my child. I don't care. He has like a brother. And they said, like, you killed my father. My father was really abusive. So, I mean, I don't know why you're trying to avenge it. You're like, you killed my father, I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, well, actually, I'm your sister. Like, I don't care. And he kills her anyway. and then the guy that died earlier, the gun guy, and he's like, aha! Sean Connery. Good job with that. Sean Chauncey. Good job. And he's like, I'll now ascend to heaven and then he turns into a ghost. But actually, a pretty good shot. I actually really liked the ending where he just turns into a ghost like that. That was kind of cool. Yeah, funny movie.
It's so funny.
Great movie. He do be swinging that sword a lot, and great movie.
Yeah, I love the overacting from the main guy. I forgot his name, but he's so great in this and Hundreds of Beavers. Like, he's so animated.
Everything, man. He is so animated. He's just there. He keeps going.
Yeah. Like, dude, when he did Hundreds of Beavers, he freaking got frostbite and still kept going. Like, that's goat behavior right there.
Yeah, kind of go behavior, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie, I love the visuals. Like, it's so cheap, but it looks so good at the same time. Like, it's like it created this so, like, different style.
I will say, though, the swimming, where it's just them over, like, the most poorly the most obviously green screen background.
It's so
good. It was just 100% them just moving their arms up and down in front of a green screen while hanging.
Like, yeah.
Like, you already know, or somebody holding them in a bunch of green suits. So know for a fact this movie was made off of like $10.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so good, right? $10 in a
does,
dream.
Yeah. Quite literally $10 in a dream to make this movie, and it was a really good movie too. So yeah.
I pray to one day have like this level of like dedication, man.
Yeah, and I got $10. I just need. I don't think any of these people were paid for their roles, because in reality, how long does this movie take to make for them?
I actually don't know.
Like to be honest with you, all the crewmate besides Sean Chauncey's scenes probably be done in a day. Like, and I'm not gonna say the acting was good, but they were acting all right.
I mean, the main guy was amazing. The main guy was great.
The main guy is obviously acting his ass off. But everybody else is just kind of they're just having fun, which is kind of
yeah. Oh yeah, they were just kind of like they're friends, so you know.
They're friends. I bet they might not even gotten paid for this. They probably took like a day. They're like, yeah, we're college students, might as well do this for fun.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun.
Oh, and not gonna lie, also, I don't know why, but that just reminded me. Did you know that like almost every single Friday the 13th movie ever made, the crew was snorting cocaine during the entire production?
Sorry, took what?
The crew of Friday the 13th, the entire crew was just constantly snorting cocaine.
What? That's crazy.
Throughout the entirety of the movie, the actors, the crew, the directors were all just doing it.
I mean, gotta do what you got.
This was mainly about the 5th movie, which was also, by the way, the director used to be a porn director, and you could definitely tell. Despite 4 being the horniest movie, this one has the most boobs. And it is shot like a porn. It's shot like a porn.
So masterpiece.
At some parts, at some parts is basically just a softcore porn.
That's how much it gets, dude.
If softcore just has straight up no boobs in there, like 5 different angles of the same person laying out in the woods naked.
No, it's part of the artistic nature, bro.
I ain't complaining. And listen, I want to say the 5th movie, despite probably being the worst one besides 3, is the one I'm probably going to rewatch the most because of how funny it is. It is so bad, it's so good, dude. And here's the thing, the director quite literally just told the actors, I don't care what you do, just do something on the camera somewhat along these lines. So the actors are all doing everything, dude. It's so funny.
Oh my, wait, this is the first freaking improv movie for real this time.
Yeah, it quite literally, the director just said, do something. So all the actors on the movie, quite literally just it's mostly improv.
That's crazy.
They have a vague idea of what's supposed to happen.
But they're like doing their own thing.
That's why you get scenes of this old lady just saying, you big dildo, eat your fucking slop.
That sounds like a masterpiece.
And just, don't come near me, Seraph. I got a bomb. Like, just randomly. And like...
That's...
And apparently... And listen, apparently the director was like, okay, guys, who do we need for this movie? It was like, I don't know. I was like, you know what we need? We just look, we just need to see what person has the biggest boobs. That's who we will cast in this movie. It is so funny. This movie is
Oh.
so funny and so great, dude. I'm not joking. I love that movie so much. It is such a guilty pleasure. It is such a guilty pleasure. I will watch so much, dude. It is so funny.
Oh
It is
man,
so funny.
I freaking need to watch that
Oh,
at some point.
oh, no, listen. There's this kid with a stutter, and
Yeah.
he asked this girl to, have sex, and she just laughs in his face so much he has to go upstairs and leave. It is so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, no, listen, and there's this fat kid. No, there's this fat kid, and he's eating a chocolate bar. He's like really annoying everyone,
Yeah.
just like being him. And he messes with this guy who's chopping wood, and the guy gets so pissed he legit kills the dude. Just legit straight up murders him with the axe. It's so good. So listen, if you can watch right when you can watch R-rated movies, watch their movies.
I'm definitely
No,
checking
watch-
this one out.
Watch the Friday the 13th movies. Watch
I
the
will
first
definitely watch all 5.
5. Just man, they are
There's
so funny.
10,
they're
God.
so good. There's like 12 of them.
Gosh, 12.
I'm not watching all of them. I'm stopping at 5. Maybe watch 6. But listen, man. Listen. The 4th and 5th ones, I think the 4th one is objectively the best. Like, I think it's actually somewhat decent. Then on quality, it goes 4, 2, 1, 5, 3. Of how much I enjoyed it, it goes 4, 5, 2, 1, 3. Okay? So I love 5 with a passion. This is how funny it is. This is how, bro. It is so good. It is so
I'm
good.
definitely watching it at some point. You've convinced me.
It is so good, dude. It is
Okay.
so
Heck
good.
yeah. I'm
man.
seeing it. But yeah, Lake Mission Monster, great movie.
Yeah, that movie.
Really, it's a great movie. Definitely check it out.
It's so good. Also,
Yeah.
it's the 5th one. I think it's like the first one with 3.5. No, actually, I think 5 and 3 are the only ones that do not have any skinny dipping.
Sorry, skinny
Fun fact.
what?
Skinny dipping. Only 2 movies. Only 2 ones that don't have that.
That's crazy.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Actually, no. 5's not at a lake, so I don't think they could find it in. They couldn't find a lake. But yeah, no, it's so great. You should definitely watch them.
I'm definitely checking them out
Listen.
at some point.
Because listen, they might be bad movies.
But they
might be
fun.
bad. They might be bad movies except for 4. I think 4 is generally pretty good. But they are so fun to watch. You cannot have you cannot have a bad time watching any of these movies besides like
Heck
3.
yeah.
You cannot do it. You can't do it. They're so good.
Okay, I can't wait to
It's so
see
funny.
it then. Give me a bit,
It's
but
so
I'll
funny.
see him at some point definitely. You've convinced me.
It's so good.
These are masterpieces. Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
like cries in a corner, knowing it will never
Lord
be
of
as
the Ring
good.
does cry. Lord of the Ring does cry in the corner because they would never live up to Friday the 13th.
Mm.
Also, I don't know if I told you this, but you need to watch the first Halloween movie.
Yeah, I'm checking it out definitely. My sister won't kill me for this, right?
Because the first Halloween movie is like the father of like every single slasher movie afterwards. And 2,
Okay.
it's just so good. It's actually like a genuinely amazing movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it.
And
Then.
And the directing in it's like John Carpenter. This movie was made like for $100,000, by the way.
Oh.
And it made like the movie was like really cheaply made, and it made like so much money.
Heck yeah.
But the
yeah,
first,
that's,
the first Halloween movie is like genuinely super good.
Okay. So it's like genuinely like unironically good.
Like unironically, it's so good.
Okay. That's good to
Unironically,
know.
one of like unironically, it has a 96% ironic to it. I know it doesn't really matter,
Okay.
but it's a genuinely amazing movie.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you
It came out in
1979. 8. Sorry.
1978, dude. It's Hold on, let me see. Let's see the budget. Oh yeah, okay. it made like $70 million at the time.
Oh my
on a budget
gosh.
of
100,000.
on a budget like 100,000 through like I think actually like $300,000 and made 70 million.
That's crazy. Like that's crazy.
Listen, man,
That's insane.
It is insane. That's such a profit. And John Carpenter was just like, yeah, so we'll make it, and then he had to put my name on it. So his name, that's why it's called John Carpenter's Halloween. When you talk about the original one, it's so good. And the funniest thing though about the first Friday movie is one of the people really just called the director and just said, yeah, could you just make Halloween?
Wow, he's like, just
rip off Halloween.
It. Just remake it.
Yeah, just rip off Halloween, please.
Because it's just that good, you know. Might as well.
Yeah, he made The Thing too.
Oh yeah, The Thing. I've heard of that one. Check out The Thing.
That's also that's like one of my favorite movies of all time. The Thing.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see that one too. That one. I've heard really good things about that one. So.
Okay, yeah, we probably should talk about. This is the stuff we're gonna be talking about in my part, where I'm gonna be ranting about horror movies the entire time.
You should make a list too.
I have a list of horror movies I've been watched so far in October, ranked.
Right.
By the way, I actually have 77 movies this year.
Nice. Heck yeah.
So yeah,
that's
pretty
not
good.
Yeah.
Not bad, no.
Yeah.
And probably at this point, for how many horror movies I'm watching like 2 a day.
So yeah, you're gonna get to 100 real quick.
I'm legit gonna get to 100 real quick.
Nice.
That's how many horror movies I'm gonna be watching.
Nice.
I haven't even gotten to like the big franchises like Scream. I watch all 6 movies. I would do that every year though. So yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, the movies I watch.
Yes, movies. I forgot.
We got 20 left. Let's do it, boys. Home stretch. Next is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. This is one of the Wes Anderson shorts. The only reason this made it in the 2024 list, though, is is because it's like 40 minutes long, and like my cutoff for adding films to this list is they have to at least be 40 minutes. So that's why I made the cut in. This is my favorite, and I think the only short I genuinely consider like great, because the other shorts are just like okay in my eyes. I feel
that's okay.
Yeah, this one gives the most time, and I think the reason I rated it so highly is because I just watched The Little Mermaid live action, and then watched this right after to cleanse off, like clean my palate. And I watched it with my younger brother, and like I loved how he was like so in awe of seeing something like presented like this. Like this was his first time seeing a Wes Anderson work, and so he was like kind of enchanted the entire time. Like, he loved the way the characters were like telling the story, and it's really storybook like they quote the book itself, and I love the way all the moving parts go in, and like how it really is kind of like a play in a way, because like the sets are moving, and it's really good. Honestly, I loved it. Benedict Cumberbatch was like really good in this movie. And yeah, this definitely deserved the Oscar win of short film. I think it was its only, like, there was no competition probably. Like, I haven't watched all the shorts, but I'm pretty sure this didn't have competition.
Huh.
Yeah, this was his only Oscar win, and Wes didn't even show up. That's kind of goated.
Yeah, to be fair, that's kind of based.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm too busy working on a movie. So, don't have
Bro,
time for this.
I don't care about the Oscars. Yeah. I'm doing something else. Heck
yeah. So... But yeah, this was genuinely great. Yeah.
You know how Miyazaki was probably sleeping?
Yeah.
When the Heron won the Oscar. That's whenever I win an award like that. I just sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
I sleep.
He freaking woke up, was like, you won, bro. And he's like, that's good. Can I get like 5 minutes on my nap?
Yeah, he wakes up. He's like, yeah, you won the Oscar. He's just like, cool.
He didn't care. He just put it in the, you know that the Twitter video you said you saw of the like the Ghibli park?
Yeah.
It's there. I saw it there. I saw it there a few months ago. It was pretty epic.
Put it there.
Yeah, they just put it there.
Just put it in the Ghibli park. I don't really care all that much.
Yeah, it was cool. I got to see it though. That was so cool. But
yeah. Did you touch it?
You can't. It's like covered in glass. Like you can't enter the door it's in.
Now that stopped you?
Yeah, there's like if I remember it clearly, like it's only like a window. Like you only see through it in a window. You can't actually go inside, and you can't touch it.
I'll break it. I'll just
steal
go
it.
through it.
Just steal it or something. Not like Miyazaki even cares anyway. So
I'll just run in there, break through the glass, touch it, then run out.
you probably go to jail for a while. Japan's very strict, so.
Oh yeah, well I would just say
Phantom Thief.
It's a prank, bro. Ah. Japan's strict, yeah. Well, I'm strict too. My safety, I will run.
But yeah, a wonderful story of Henry Sugar. Great short. I recommend checking it out. Yeah.
I will.
And it feels like the most complete out of the shorts. Like I could tell its full story because it was the longest. So yeah.
Yeah. How long was it?
It's only it's 40 minutes. The others were only like 17 minutes. So this was the longest. And this was like the main one anyway. So I'm glad it's the best one.
19. 19. Number 19. The girl 19.
Yep.
It is 19.
Yep. Perfect Days. Number 19. So this movie is
number 18. Can I get a number 18?
But yeah, Perfect Days is basically about this kind of Asian Japanese man cleaning toilets. That's the movie. Oh, your mic.
You. Oh yeah, my bad. That was my mic. Boy.
But basically, it's about this kind of middle-aged Japanese dude who cleans toilets. That's his job, and we get to see his daily life. And it sounds kind of boring at first until you realize how clean the public toilets in Japan are. And you're like, man, this guy's got some dedication to clean that every day. And like, you really just get a sense of like his life. Like you just get to see his daily day-to-day life, and you kind of think, wow, this is so cool. But you also think he's like so satisfied with his life, you know? Like he's probably the most satisfied man I've ever seen. He kind of reminded me of my uncle, actually, one of my uncles. Like he's just quiet, but you know, he kind of does his own thing, and he seems pretty happy, you know? Like everyone else, like this movie implies it too, but like his whole family is kind of like looks down on him in some way, or thinks like he could have like done more than just be a Japanese freaking toilet cleaner or whatever. And like it's kind of implied throughout the film, like he kind of like spent time, or like he kind of estranged himself from his family or whatever, and like just kind of like showing that. Yeah, it's like most like how do I say it? Like I'm losing words here, but like it's just like it's a great movie showing like his just day-to-day life and kind of the disruptions in it, like when his co-worker's like, yo, can you give me some extra money, I want to impress this girl I like. Or when his niece breaks out of like runs away from home and just stays with him for a while, and they just kind of hang out, and that's the most he talks, and that's where he has the interaction with his sister, where he kind of cries for a bit. And I really like that scene. It's the only time we get to see him cry and everything. And I love the ending scene where he like talks to this aging old guy with cancer, and they kind of just talk, you know. And it's such a simple movie, but it like does it so fantastically, and the cinematography is beautiful. Like it looks amazing. I loved it. I also love the aspect ratio. Like it used a 4:3 to kind of highlight him and just him alone. You know, just his day-to-day life. And it's a great movie. I loved it, honestly. It was a great movie. Like the next day, I freaking did what he did every morning. You know, like when he's cleaning toilets and someone has to use it, he kind of just goes out for a bit and then waits for them to leave, and he just looks at whether like the tree beside him, or he just looks at the sky, and it's like it kind of just shows you that like
I do that all the time. I'm just waiting, I just look at shit.
Real. But like yeah, it kind of shows you. Yeah, damn.
I do people watching at this point. I was like,
yeah,
that guy's fat. That looks good.
Yeah.
That guy's really short. That guy's really tall. That guy's average everything.
Average everything. Harsh. But yeah, this movie kind of just shows that as like a lesson of like appreciating, you know, just the little things that happen in your life, you know, like, you know, just seeing the sun come up in the day, or just taking a lazy nap. Like it just kind of highlights those moments. I think that's really special. So great movie. I definitely recommend. It's really slow paced, but honestly, I don't mind it at all. So great movie. Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Number 18, we're so close. Godzilla 1954.
Number 18. Number 18. Look at number 18 for the Godzilla 1954.
Gosh.
It truly is the best Godzilla movie ever made. Because it's the first one. See, look how scared that guy is. Oh my gosh.
You know,
the planes around
I...
Godzilla are flying. Please send help. I'm being crushed by Godzilla's foot. Oh my gosh, no!
You sound like this one friend I have who just randomly goes fruity for no reason. Like he'll just go fruity. Yeah, he'll just go.
I know it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imitate the guy. You know the guy that says number 18. Can I get a number 18? Something like that. The list guy. I don't know if I'm doing the voice correctly, but I think he sounds like this. But
he's doing it right, probably.
Yeah, my voice is I would say a bit lighter than his voice. I would say it's always like really low, like number 18.
Wait, he still sounds fruity. He's deep fruity man.
Yeah,
deep voiced fruity man.
Yeah.
Heck
But I don't even know. He just says that he was in Smiling. He was in like he had a cameo in Smiling Friends.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Godzilla 1954. So my brother was
Godzilla.
My brother, man, he was egging me to watch this for like so freaking long. He was like, yo, come on, let's. Yeah, he's like, let's watch the first Godzilla. It's so cool. I'm like, okay, man, fine. I love how like he gets scared every time Godzilla takes a step. Like you see his eyes widen. It's so funny. He doesn't scream, but his eyes like widen every time any Godzilla movie, like the 54, Shin, and -1. Like he was like his eyes widen.
Any movement is just.
Yeah, he's like, he gets scared.
Shot.
He gets shot.
Oh, that big lizard can move! No way.
Yeah, he's so freaking funny when he's watching. Like his eyes widen. He's like, wow, this is so cool! And it's freaking funny. So, this movie, it's great. Honestly, I guess why it's this high up, obviously. But I can see why Godzilla became so popular. This film really, like, especially when it came out, like not right after World War II per se, but like 54. So that's like only a decade later.
Basically a decade later.
Yeah. And it has a lot of talk about, the atomic bomb and like weaponry and how humankind creates monsters themselves and everything like that. And
they do.
Yeah, they do. And it's a great movie.
They do.
This movie is really well shot, honestly. Like the way it moves around its limitations with budget and effects, it does it really well, honestly. Like it uses the fact it's black and white and it's dark scenery and landscape to like truly like make him a monster. Like you are afraid of this guy. And it also like
I'm afraid of that guy.
He is scary. Like there's some moments where he's obviously outdated and his eyes look kind of funny, but you are scared of him the entire time. And something I mentioned when I talked about Raids again last week, I was like, this movie doesn't highlight like true horrors, like you don't feel his presence. In this movie, it highlights to you like how horrible this is. Like the screaming of the people in this movie, like there's something so like real about it when they scream, and like they're screaming like the first scene where we get of Godzilla technically is when a house gets like squashed by Godzilla. We don't even see Godzilla yet, but you can just tell how awful it is because like the brother of the person that died in there, he's like screaming out, and it's like it's pouring in the rain, and it's like so like intense, and it's like this is a big threat. It really shows you that this guy is he's a big problem. And yeah, there's also I also love this little moment basically where Godzilla's just terrorizing Tokyo, and there's this family, a mother and two kids, and they're like, it's okay, we get to meet dad soon. It was like that's awful. Yeah, it was one of the most like that was a really great scene. But yeah, great practical effects. Great technical effects. Love what it's trying to say about, the atomic bomb, obviously. I really hope that Oppenheimer watched this film unironically. Like, I really hope that he did, because... He probably did, yeah. It's a great movie. My biggest problem, I guess, is that the characters aren't, like, the most interesting, but the movie kind of doesn't have time for the characters anyway. It's kind of focusing on other things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oppenheimer watched this movie be like, wow, I made a big lizard.
He made a big lizard. He'd be like crying. He'd be like, I made a big lizard.
A big lizard.
But yeah, great movie. I really recommend it, and especially for its time, man. This must have been mind blowing. So Yeah. You know what is a movie that's mind blowing too, though? Hundreds of Beavers. You explain this one. Let's freaking go.
You explain it.
Okay, so basically, this kind of like this guy who owns like a beer thing. There's like a 2-minute musical sequence, and like while he's like drinking a lot, he owns this like beer thing. What do you call those people? Like he owns a bunch of beer basically. And well, like
bartender,
like kind of, but
a
like
beer thing.
He like owns beers and like like the place where you contain it. I don't know what you call those people, but yeah. And basically,
I don't know either.
Yeah. Basically, when he freaking while the musical sequence is happening, I'm like how great he is. A beaver comes in and like bites off the wood of like one of the freaking beer containers and like rolls down everything, like destroys his infrastructure, all the other preserves basically, and buries him alive. But he lives. He moves on. The indomitable human spirit, as they say. And like as he goes on, he just kind of like restarts and survives and stuff. And yeah, it kind of goes off from there. Like it's really like this is how you do a video game movie, man. Like the way it shows, the way it like levels up, and it's like completely silent. Like that's how you do it. That's how the Mario movie should have been done. Like I would have loved to see the Mario movie like this instead of Chris Pratt screaming in the freaking mic. Woohoo! Like this is so much better.
Mario.
And he doesn't even stick with the accent. Yeah.
Mario! Oh my lord, Luigi, we need to get out of here, man. We gotta make the pizza and all the other stuff. Oh my god, man. Luigi, and my brother Luigi,
Luigi choked alive. But
hello, Mario.
But yeah, this movie, I love the way this movie's structured. It's completely silent, unlike the Lake Michigan Monster, and it completely works in its favor. Yeah,
it does.
And it's like a really
it do be hitting.
Yeah, and it's a really good homage to like classic cartoons and stuff, and I love that so much about it. It's like all the slapstick hits so much because it's like a real life guy like running cartoonishly. It's so good. The framing and like the cinematography in this movie is like amazing. Like it's so creative. Like the way it gets around its budget and covers it up a bit. It's so good. And I love how yeah, and I love how cartoony the movie is to the point where you actually are like, yeah, I can buy that these guys in freaking beaver suits and bunny suits are actually the real animal,
This movie was made for $150,000.
Oh yeah, it had quite a budget. It shows.
Holy moly! Lake Michigan Monster was filmed for $7,000.
7,000. Wow.
Yes.
They must have freaking rented the boat rides they took. That must have cost most.
Yeah, that must have cost. That's probably what it was. It was like, hey y'all, you have to rent this boat.
Yeah, the boat.
So,
yeah. But yeah,
how much money is
Sorry, what? Like your mic kind of cutting off.
Oh, my bad. It was way far off from me.
All good. But
let's see. Let me see how much. What was the profit for this movie?
The budget.
Let's see.
Oh,
I know the budget, the profit. I'm trying to.
Like the box office. I don't think it made that.
Okay. Yeah, Lake Michigan Monster. I don't think actually got anything because it's just on Amazon.
Yeah, it needs that Amazon money to pay it. So.
Yeah, budget. Let's do earnings. Earnings for 100 of Beavers. Oh my god.
How much? Nothing?
The worldwide was $628,000. $628,371,000.
Yeah, that's
so about. I'll say since they probably have to do marketing and stuff, I would say the profit was probably about like $100,000.
Yeah. This movie should have been played worldwide in theaters all day.
It was. Oh yeah, all day. Yeah, all day.
All day.
All day.
Just this, and my country, specifically because the market here is like small, because everyone's freaking poor. They don't have actually much movies in the theaters. Like only the mega popular films. So this film was never getting a shot here, sadly, to see in theaters. So that sucks.
Yeah, I will say. Actually, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's all good. But I absolutely love the visual style of this film, man. I could watch this thing for I could watch like 10 of these, honestly. I can't wait to see what these guys have next. Like, so much creativity poured into like how the beavers build their whole thing and they become like one big monster at some point. Like, it's so much fun. It's so creative. I just loved it. I love like it's just I miss like movies that like were fine with just not having dialogue. You know, because a lot of movies don't do that anymore. And this movie was like, we don't care. We're doing it like that. And we're making it a live-action cartoon in the best way possible. And it's such a blast. Like, I love how it really is, like, video game structured. You know, he starts getting acclimatized to how everything works and, like, builds traps. And Santa Claus is in this movie, man. Like, he helps him out.
Santa Claus is in this movie. Santa Claus does die, though.
Yeah, rip. But he died a great death. You know, it's all good. He died nobly.
Died a hero.
Heck yeah, and he was even buried. May he rest in peace. So, yeah.
One of the few characters actually.
Yeah. I freaking love the court scene. That was so funny. The court where I was like, and he gets like a defense lawyer and everything who's rigged. So that was beautiful.
It do be like that.
The whole scene of like him invading the Beaver Kingdom was so like that was crazy.
It was great.
Like the creativity was like off the charts. It was great. I love these guys should be given $100 million every single time. I want to see what they create with that. Like give them
like an actual really big budget, and I want to see what they.
I want to see what they can do. Like who knows? The possibilities are endless with like 100 million. Honestly.
Yeah. That's like the Flash money.
Yeah. Yeah, get that. Yeah, and then they get like the most crazy actors. You know, get like Nick Cage on this. Like Nick Cage with this would go hard. Not gonna lie.
Get Nick Cage on one of these movies. He's already done stuff like this before, like the truck movie where he chokes a woman and she can see the future.
What a movie!
It is a movie. I don't even know.
Yeah. I'd also love to see Willem Dafoe do something like this. He could do.
He can't get in the lighthouse.
Yeah, he kind of does in the Lighthouse. Like he's like really, he's going crazy in that movie from what I hear. So, but
they also speak explicitly in like old sailors that speak like, "You're me, matey."
Are you
you can't like, half the time you can't even understand what the fuck he's saying. What's good, guy? Yeah. Your mate, higher is my drink. Love drink. Talking today.
But yeah, Hundreds of Beavers, great movie, highly recommend. A blast. It's so
I would recommend this movie.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, to all the one person watching, which is me, I would recommend this movie.
Heck yeah, recommend you that movie for real. You know, if anyone else will watch this in the future, like watch that movie, man. Next is at number 16, Dune Part 2.
Number 16.
You were gonna freaking do that?
I got number 16.
Gosh. So yeah, one thing I will say before I talk about this film, or at least you, because you can open the plot if you want.
I'll do it. I can do it.
Okay. The thing I want to say before you start is that I'm so glad Letterboxd's main poster is this, because the other posters for this movie are like actually a crime. Like they're so bad. I'm so glad it's this one. Anyway, yeah. Yeah.
Here's me explaining Dune Part 2. Basically, it picks up right after the first movie. They end the Fremen village. And Stilgar is like, dude, guys, this guy is Lisa Al Gaib, dude. This guy is him. And Paul's like, I don't know, man. And just like, Paul, shut your bitch ass up. This works for us. And some Fremen are like, I don't think this guy is Lisa Al Gaib. And then other people are like, he is. So they just like do all that. There's a pretty funny joke where the guy's like, I'm not Lisa Al Gaib. And so I was like, exactly what Lisa Al Gaib would say. So that was pretty funny.
As we do, like, he's so humble.
Yeah, true. And then throughout the movie, Paul, because the prophet said that he will know your ways, like if he was one of you. So he constantly is like the best at like all the Fremen stuff, so they like start believing that he is at least Al Gaib. Like most of them do, except for Chani.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of a plot point. And then and then the Harkonnens. We got Elvis is a Harkonnen.
Elvis, yeah.
Elvis,
My dad was mind blown
El,
when he found that out.
Elvis, was doing his thing. Killed a couple of Atreides soldiers and the thing. They just started yelling.
He starts going crazy. He's a bit autistic, I think.
Yeah, he's a bit odd. The only thing I can calm him down is weird space sex. That's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that would calm me down. Anyway, yeah. So, what happens? They fight the Harkonnens for a while. Gurney Halleck shows up, like Paul's old the guard.
Thanos.
The Paul's old like head of the Atreides guard. He shows up. He meets. But then you have like two people on like Paul's shoulder of Gurney who's saying, "Yeah, let's go to war, hup two," and kind of like Chani on the other one. He's just kind of like, "Let's not go to war," stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, do become emperor and do not become emperor is basically it. And you would say, well, Stilgar's just like, "I'll do whatever you do, dude." I mean, I don't even care.
I don't care, man. He's like Morpheus on steroids. That's what my dad said.
Yeah, he's like, whatever you do, what do you do? I mean, whatever you do, I do. I don't care. They hit the nukes. They nuke the thing. They start going to war. Big fight. Paul kills Elvis. I guess he also kills the Baron.
Yeah.
He also kills the Baron.
He like strikes his neck.
And then the Emperor shows up. And he's just like, "No, I'm the Emperor. My daughter is Florence Pugh, so she is very hot. You can marry her."
Heck yeah, and he takes it, bro.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, by the way, Chani,
I love you.
My bad. I love you. I'm also gonna bang her though."
Heck yeah.
For the throne, you know what I mean? But Chani's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, why would you do this?" So she goes in like desert. She's in the desert pouting. Paul says, "Go on a holy war," and he kills like billions of people over there like that. And like, well, and like, done, yeah. Paul's like that, No,
yeah,
it's like that. Just the head of the Bene Gesserit, I believe, if I remember right. And Paul's there. And
yeah.
Good God, yeah. Oh yeah, that's Doom Part 2. Probably the highest. It's like it was one of the highest grossing movies of this year, I believe.
Yeah, it was. How much did it make?
Got people in.
Doom Part 2.
Around like I was like seven. I believe like 700,000.
711 million.
Yeah, I was about to be right. I was right.
Yeah.
So yeah, a successful movie, great movie. Can't wait for the sequel.
Heck yeah. Good. Yeah, it's really good.
Great.
Not much to add, honestly. Yeah, it's like a great movie. Like, there's kind of like no other way like to say, right? Like yeah. The technical aspects are all like fantastic. Like, it's a great movie. Denise
just locked the fuck in.
He locked in. I mean, from what I hear, he's always locked in. But
he's always locked in. That was making Dune Messiah.
Yeah, he's making Dune Messiah now. That's gonna be epic. Oh.
Messiah works out. The Dune Messiah first pretty mad at it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so excited. But yeah, this movie. Yeah. Seeing this movie in theaters twice, man, it's like actually like freaking spiritual. You're like, oh, this is so epic.
I saw it once. Popcorn bucket. I did. I got it.
Nice. The popcorn bucket, baby.
It's here. And no, I did not do that with it. For anybody asking.
Why the heck did you do it? That's the point. That's the point of it. Why didn't you do it?
I'm not doing it. I'm not.
You're so lame, bro. You should do it. Okay.
I should put your ass up, man.
Okay.
That's like. It's weird enough sticking their hand in there trying to get popcorn. That's why I had to take it off. I was like, I can't get anything out of this thing. It's so impractical.
Yeah.
And this movie, I don't know what this movie's budget was. I'm pretty sure it's like was pretty. I wouldn't say it's cheap. But it wasn't like. It was like 200 million, maybe.
190 million. So 200 million
Look,
basically.
it's a pretty. I got That's a cheaper movie than what you would expect from the amount of like the quality of the seat.
Like the Flash is like 230 million, right?
It was like 200, like 40, something like that.
It's 200 to 220, and it only made 270 in the box office. So, eat shit, Warner Brothers. But
190 million. Listen, it's like, hey, that's not even that. And that's not that much comparatively to a bunch of other ones. You know what I mean?
yeah, like Infinity War was like 300 million.
It's like a higher budget movie, but it's not like the highest budget movie you've seen. And for the amount of the quality of the effects, it's pretty surprising
It's amazing.
that they got.
Yeah.
Pretty surprising how low the budget of comparatively.
Yeah.
Yes, part 2. Cool.
Yeah, I don't rewatch that. It's a great movie. Like, that's it, you know? We're at the top 15. We're so close. We're so close.
God
Yeah.
damn it, spoil 3.
Yeah. It's like 1:30 in the morning for me, so I can do it. I don't care, man. I got it. It's all good.
You got it? You got it.
Yeah. Next is Hannah and Alice. So this is the movie I said earlier, Case Van Alice. That's the prequel to this. This is the first one. Like, this came out first. Basically, honestly, on paper, I would hate a plot like this because it's
What's the plot?
basically this girl, she tricks this guy she likes to having amnesia and tricks him that we dated, you know. And he's like, I don't think so. And she's like, no, it's true. We have to gain back your memories. Let's go on dates.
Oh.
And like she gets her best friend roped into this, and her best friend likes him too. So it's like a weird love triangle, you know?
Oh no.
So on paper, I would hate this movie, but because Shinji Iwai is apparently like so good, like this movie works. Like it's so good. Like it's like 2 hours, and it's kind of too long sometimes. But man, I freaking loved it. Like what he does so well with like that makes this plot like weird and complicated plot work is like even though the characters are all very like silly and kind of animated at some points, not like super animated, but you know they're kind of silly and like weird. It's like they all still feel like real people, so it still feels grounded at the end of the day. Like they all still feel like these are real people doing their own weird thing. And they're all kind of weird, and that's good. I freaking love that. Like it still feels grounded and realistic enough to make it work. And the central like friendship between the two of them, and when they finally say like they say no to the guy, even though they both like them because you know they say they're fine with their best friend having the guy. I thought those were nice scenes. So yeah, it's like it's very simple.
Poor dude. Oh my god.
And like the movie looks amazing. I love the cinematography of this movie. It's like wide shots and like just like nice little sunsets and stuff like that. Makes me want to have snow, you know, because it's so freaking hot in this country. But you know, it's all nice,
bro. Yeah, we only get snow once a year down here, man. Not even once a year, like once 10 years.
Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon, we get snow, and even when it snows, we get like, wow, an inch of snow.
You can't even make a snowman or anything.
It's gone in the afternoon. Will never snow again.
RIP. But yeah, this movie, it's great. I loved it. It feels very like still real despite its like really wacky and weirdness all over. So yeah, great movie. I loved it. I'm definitely seeing this one again, man. It's great. Next up, it's my second favorite Wes Anderson movie, The Darjeeling Limited. You haven't seen this yet, right?
I have not.
Oh yeah, because you did Rushmore, so you have Royal Tenenbaums next, and then this, I think. So yeah, this is up next after that.
I started watching all the Wes Anderson movies, and I stopped for some reason. I just haven't done anything else after since.
Yeah, same because of reasons. But Yeah.
That's lost interest. I guess I don't even know.
But yeah, the Darjeeling Limited. It's about three brothers, the Spot from the Spider Verse, Lightning McQueen, and Adrian Brody. All three of them are brothers, and Lightning.
Hey, Owen Wilson!
Yeah, he's in this one. He's great.
Wow.
Basically, yeah, Owen Wilson gets into a car crash. I know, kind of funny because he's Lightning McQueen, ka-chow. So he gets into a car crash, and the last thing he said, because he thought he was gonna die already, he was like, when he like lived after that, he was like, I really want to see my brothers again. And so he invited both of them to take this train in India, and they go around India and just go in weird shenanigans, and it's a great movie. Like, it's so much vibes. It's great. The cinematography is amazing. They actually filmed this in a real train, and it looks great. I learned this from an anonymous source. No one in particular. That person told me that all the music apparently was, like, all unoriginal. They all like licensed a bunch of like actual music. Like, it wasn't like they didn't get a composer for this film, and I think that's really cool. So, yeah, yeah, it's just a great movie. Like, a bunch of siblings getting back together and kind of reforming their relationship and stuff like that. It's really nice, like how they regain each other's trust and how they learn to like tell each other a lot of different things. And it's a really nice movie. I after I was done watching this, I was like, one day, oh gosh, your mic.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's all
I'm
good.
fidgeting with it again.
That's all good. But yeah, I swear when I was done watching this, I was like, one day I'm gonna do this with my siblings. I'll invite them to a train one day. We'll all just
Yes,
hang
actually,
out.
no. With my siblings, I will be in a car crash personally and said, "Yeah, see my siblings.
Need to see them again.
They show up. They're all just like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're on a train now. We're on a train. You're staying on this train. We're on a train. We can't get off this train.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This also probably has one of my favorite Wes Anderson slow-mos of all time. 'Cause he loves his nice little slow-mos, and this one probably has my favorite, maybe. It's a scene where they're all three of them are chasing this kind of the train because they missed it, and they all chase it and they run. They like leave their luggage behind and they jump on it, and it's such a nice scene because like shows that they've really grown throughout this journey. It's a great movie. Like I love that scene so much.
Yeah.
And it's like a mirror to the first scene, because the first scene was just one of the brothers by himself, just running to the train, and Bill Murray makes a nice little cameo. But here, this time, it's like all three of them as brothers, getting into trouble and stuff, so I loved it. It's also pretty funny, and it's just a great movie. I love the characters in this one, so I definitely recommend it. It's a great movie.
I'll check it out.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm kind of sad you didn't watch this one, because I want to spoil it, but I want you to check this one out. The Prestige. Oh man, this movie, I'm not like the biggest, I'm gonna say this first, I'm like not the biggest Nolan fan. Like all the Nolan films I watched, I'm not like the biggest fan of them. Like they're pretty cool, but I'm not like the biggest fan. And with this one, I was like, okay, even the Nolan naysayers, like people who aren't big fans say this one's good, so I trust them. And they were right. This movie is great. Basically,
Yeah, I've heard really good things about this movie.
This movie is really good. Basically, if I had to boil it down, it's just two magicians trying to one-up each other, and the situation gets so much more extreme. And it's so interesting to watch these two people like start to like lose it everywhere. Like they lose everything just to one-up each other. Like it's just insane. I loved it. The twists and turns, like it's so crazy. Like I'm not spoiling anything, but the twist in like the last 20 minutes is like mind-boggling. It's insane. It's just a crazy movie where they try to outsmart, like all for what, and it's like it's so amazing. The acting from everyone was spot on.
Yeah.
It was
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale was great in this one. Hugh Jackman was great. Scarlett Johansson was great. Michael Caine was great in this movie. Like a lot of great actors, just giving their best. So yeah, I don't want to say too much, but it's a great movie. It's kind of dumb, but it's also really smart, so it kind of makes up for it. But it is really dumb at times, I will admit. Like when you're
dumb, but smart.
Yeah, really dumb but really smart. So it's all great. I'm not gonna say too much again, but yeah, it's a really interesting and it's a really great film. Highly, highly recommend. Next up, yes, I love this movie, is Loving Vin Cent. So this is another Vincent Van Gogh, not Gogh. Make sure that I got that right. Van Gogh. Kind of biopic, but like it's done in like such an interesting way. Basically, it's fully painted. Like every frame is painted by hundreds of animators in like a studio in Poland. And it's like, it's so cool. I'm gonna say a little lore about this, what I found out about this movie. The original director of this film, there's two directors for this film. I forgot their names. They're both last names like Welchman, because like they're a couple now. They're like married, so that's cool. Basically, one of them, she was like, oh, I'm doing like this kind of study on Vincent van Gogh, and I like wanted to do like a little short film but completely painted. And when she was done with college, she was really interested in the idea of making like something about him through this like painting movie. And she met up with this filmmaker who they later on became married, so that's cool, I guess. Me and who, but yeah, they later on he was like, yo, we should make this a feature film, and they just got to work, and it was crazy. Like they just did it. It took them like 3 years to completely finish it, but the end result is amazing. Like the visuals are like insane, and the best part about it, like they incorporate real paintings from the guy himself and weaved it into the film seamlessly. It was amazing. I loved it. I was like, whoa! I just love how they use that to like be a set or a backdrop in the film. It's great, and I know I'm like freaking water mouthing over the visuals, but the movie isn't just visually amazing. Like, it's a really interesting way to tell the story of the guy himself. Like, it doesn't show you the life of the guy himself. It shows you how other people saw him. Because it like shows the different people who knew him and like what they saw and like what his relationship with this person was or whatever like that. And it's so interesting to see the different puzzle pieces kind of come together of like these different perspectives. And it's really interesting, and I loved it. And one thing I really loved about this movie is that when he died, we don't actually know if he shot himself or someone shot him. And it's still not completely 100% confirmed. The other movie with Willem Dafoe, it basically showed that he was shot. And for that film, it worked with that context. But here, they don't say either. They kind of leave it unsolved in reality. Because it's like, okay, so who cares how he died, right? Like, how did he live his life? Who was he? Did you ever care? And I think ultimately is the more important question about him, right? And it's a great movie. I just loved it. It's like a mystery, but at the same time like a biopic, and it's an incredibly well animated movie. Like, it's so underrated. I'm so mad no one talks about this movie because it's genuinely so amazing. It's a great movie, and it should have won over Coco. You can kill me, I don't care. It should have won over Coco in the Oscars, but no one will say that. But I'm bold enough to say that.
Disney.
Yeah,
Disney, dude.
Yeah, it's Disney. So
the Disney effect.
Yeah, it's too powerful, but it's a great movie. I highly recommend it. But yeah, next up is the first slam dunk. So I know nothing about the original anime or manga, but this kind of convinced me to check it out. So basically, it's kind of like, your average sports anything. It's about, the underdog, scrappy kind of team, a bunch of ragtag group. And you're like, yeah, okay. But when you watch it, it's already the final game, where they're up against the heavy favorites. They're they're the underdogs in this one and everything. After they make like an incredible miracle run or whatever. Like, this is the grand final. And basically, it's that... They win, spoiler. But... Because they're the underdog team, they have to win. It's a movie, man. But you really get invested, and like it's so good because it's like that last game where they have to like fight the grand final, their biggest challenge yet. But at the same time, it weaves it together with a story of each of the characters. I think that's really cool. Like, it will cut back from them. Oh no, what would you do? And like it shows like highlights each player, like at least each like major player, and some get more screen time than others, obviously. But I think each get like their own like enough screen time and everything to like truly understand them and like understand how they got together and why they're there now and how they got here. And the main little guy here, this guy in the middle, like he's kind of the central focus because he's the first story, and he's the one that kind of gets the most screen time for their little story, even though they all do get a lot of screen time. His story was really nice. It's about him and like his older brother and like kind of fulfilling the older brother's dream because the older brother died in like a boat accident, and it was really it was like really sad because now it's just him, his mom, and his sister and stuff like that. It was hard. And it's just great. I loved it. And the stories are so like of each individual player is what makes the game so much more intense, and they are so good at making the game intense, man. Like. You're at the edge of your seat the entire time, and I ain't even a sports fan. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! And I watched this with my
sports fan.
Overwatch
sports.
Overwatch sports.
He's an Overwatch sports fan.
But yeah, you know. But my grandpa watched this. It was like the first and like only movie so far I've watched with my grandpa. And like when he watches movies, like he told me himself, he can't pay attention for anything. He'll be watching it and he'll be asking my aunt like, "Oh, what happened now?" And she's like, "Because this." I'm like, "Ah, yeah." And then, "So why is that happening?" And she's like, "That's why we're watching. Let's watch it." It's like really funny. But even he was so intense though, man. He was watching. He was like, "Oh, the basketball hit," but he still had no idea what's happening. Like, who's winning? It was great, but like even he was on the edge of his seat. Like that's how intense the movie was. It's so good at building tension and like really making you at your edge of your seat. Like you're completely invested all the time, not just because of the game, but you're invested in the stories of the players, the characters. And that's like the central focus, and every character is like unique and memorable, and they all have such fun backstories and interesting backstories. I think it's just such a great film. Like I absolutely loved it. So yeah, I was like jumping up and down when like the ending and they won. It was crazy. I loved it. So yeah, we're now at the top 10, man. We're so close.
No.
We're so close. It's only 1:47 a.m. It's all good.
Yeah. We got it.
Godzilla -1. You want to cleanse one then?
I'll do this one.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'll do this one. Because I forgot the names of characters.
All good.
Because I'm not very good at foreign names.
It's all good.
Ugh. All right. Onward. Okay, so this guy, it's a kamikaze pilot during World War II. But he doesn't want to kill himself, understandably. So he says he says his plane is broken. He goes to this island to hide out, basically. Because he says his plane is broken. He doesn't want to kill himself because he's going to hide out. He has a friend there who says, "I know what you're doing, but I got you, dude."
Like I understand. We need more people like you. Is what he said.
I understand. Yeah, you're like one of the only smart. You're one of the only smart kamikaze pilots. You didn't kill yourself. Anyway, so then at night, Godzilla, but smaller, shows up. You know?
Yeah, he's still evolving. My brother keeps saying that. He's like, "It's evolving, by the way. That's why it's smaller." Like, okay, I get it, man.
Or it's just like that's just why the bombs didn't drop or anything. He just lived there. That's like he's just there. Godzilla just there. He's just like a slightly bigger. I wouldn't say slightly. He's just a bigger lizard, basically. And so all the people are just going there. They're trying to distract him, and the friend goes, "Go in your plane and shoot Godzilla." He gets in his plane. Then he hesitates shooting Godzilla because he thinks, "What if
it doesn't work?
This doesn't kill it? What if it doesn't kill it and I die?" Basically. And so that basically everybody else on the island, I believe, dies.
Yeah.
Because of him.
Him and everyone except for one other guy.
Yeah, that's for I think the main friend, I believe. No, not the main friend, like one of the mechanics, basically.
He was the first one to realize it. He was like, "Wait a minute, this airplane doesn't have any big damage, though."
Yeah, so he basically is like, if this doesn't work, I'm dead. And he doesn't want to die, so he hesitates, and everybody else dies. So and then the war ends. He goes back to, I believe, Tokyo. No, that place was firebombed into oblivion. And basically, his neighbors are like,
the Americans. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, that's me. Let's go. Winners. Winners.
God.
1-0. Anyway, and then I believe his neighbors or his sister was like, "Weren't you supposed to like die?
Yeah.
You're like a kamikaze pilot, right? Why are you even here? You're a failure.
You're a failure.
Kill yourself.
Basically.
Kill yourself now. Kill yourself." He's like, I don't really want to kill myself now.
And his parents wanted him to come home even though they died.
Yeah. And so he starts rebuilding, and then he meets this chick with a baby. And of course, he assumes that that's her child, but then she tells him that's not actually her child. She found him. She found her, and she's just been taking care of her. So now they all live together, a nice happy family. And his new job is getting the mines that were placed, I believe, during the war, getting them out of the water so they don't blow anything up. It's a very high-paying job because of how dangerous it is. So their house is looking a lot nicer now because it's a lot of money and all that stuff. So he's doing all that. His sister, he told him to kill himself. Like, man, why fucking? He's annoying. Anyway, so then at some point he still has nightmares about Godzilla and that whole ordeal, obviously. And like when after the first scene we show the atomic bomb being dropped and Godzilla being irradiated, and then one of his friends are like, "Hey, listen, so are you two like married?" And he was like, "No, well, why not?" Sort of thing, basically. And I don't know why I said that. I just remembered that happened. And then then Godzilla started attacking American ships that were around. At this point, America was helping to rebuild Japan. At this point, I believe.
Yeah, MacArthur basically owned it. So.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a heavy presence there since they don't actually have a standing army. We're basically their army. At this point. I believe in the new constitution, Japan cannot actually have a standing army.
Yeah, they only have a self-defense force.
Yeah, they only have a self-defense force. Any army is basically America does that stuff.
Yup.
Woo!
America, the great protector.
Yup. Anyway, and then so Godzilla starts attacking them American ships. So they're like, hey, listen, y'all, go check it out while we get more ships. So they were doing that, and then while they were getting up mines searching for this thing, Godzilla does show up.
Yep.
Destroys a boat that was just beside him. They're like, whoopsie daisy, we're dead. They use a mine they found and put it in Godzilla's mouth and blow it up.
This kind of works, actually. Kind of.
And half Godzilla's face is gone. Like, he was damaging, but he just regenerates. Like, he legit just regenerates, which is wild.
It's crazy.
They're basically like, uh-oh. And Godzilla goes to shore, causes a lot of destruction, and we think... Dang, what is that sound? Godzilla's actually attacking right now, actually, if you hear the sound.
Oh, sorry, is that my electric fan?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll put it
lower. Godzilla just attacked right then, y'all. Godzilla just attacked right then. Anyway, and the whole scene's super cool.
Yeah, it was so intense. You're like on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, we actually think the girl gets sucked out into the big explosion that happens because she pushed the dude in, so she gets sucked. Like explosion shit. Anyway, and then the guy's like, we need to kill this thing. They do the thing where there's the water pressure will kill it because they can't regenerate from that.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, they're like, any explosion from there. And so the entire movie, you think the guy who was a kamikaze pilot beforehand will just kamikaze into the Godzilla's mouth and let that happen. He doesn't actually. It's a fake out. But it's right when you think he's about to do it, he ejects out the plane because the mechanic from the first scene built the plane for him, and he made an ejector seat in the plane. And so we get Godzilla. He is defeated, and we realize that the girl actually survived.
Yay! Happy ending.
And happy ending. And then Godzilla shows that he's not dead.
He's like, haha, your war isn't over yet.
And then boom, done. That was the movie. It's a great movie. I saw this in theaters.
Lucky.
It was great. I need to watch it in black and white.
Yeah, I loved it in black and white.
Eventually. But yeah, it was great. I loved it, and I would recommend it. Probably the best Godzilla movie. Actually, the best Godzilla movie.
It's the best Godzilla movie from what I've seen.
I think it is the best Godzilla movie. I don't really know.
I don't think anything's gonna top this. Yeah, even if there's gonna be a sequel to -1.
Yeah, I don't really know what else would actually beat it. The only two movies I think come even close was probably the original one and
the original
Shin.
one. Those are the only ones that come close, and they're not even as good as this.
And it's not even close to this. Yeah.
Like, I love this movie. Like, I'm a big World War II head. Like, I love studying World War II. Like, it's yeah.
Yeah. I get that. I have his book.
But
I don't know why I said that. It's cool fact.
Yeah. But yeah, what do I start with? I love the fact that it really plays into how a lot of soldiers, when they went back home, felt. They didn't feel like the war was over. They were having nightmares. It was their fault. They didn't deserve to live. Like, that was a lot of the psyche of a lot of soldiers. Like, the ones who lived didn't think they should have.
Survivor's guilt.
Yeah, survivor's guilt. And this movie portrays that perfectly. Because Shikishima actually doesn't do anything in the war, like contribute or whatever to the war. So he just kind of, it's my fault that these people died. These people should have lived, like, they had families to go back to, and it's my fault. Like, yeah, that was the notion for a lot of these people, and it really, like, shows that so well in this film. It plays into the history perfectly. It's so good. Godzilla in this movie is insanely terrifying. Like,
he is.
He's just 100%. A menace. Like, you're afraid of this guy 100% of the time. Like, you really feel like he's real, even when you're just watching, not even in theaters. Like, he feels real. Like, that's how intense it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What else can I say, honestly? Like, it's just such a great movie. Like, really well paced. I thought the characters were all great. And yeah, it's just a great movie. Like, if you're not a Godzilla fan, this will make you a Godzilla fan. Like,
I tried my mom to watch this forever. I won't be real. She still hasn't done.
She has to force her.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, come on. Why not?
Why doesn't she? But yeah, -1. Kind of an L, low key. Gotta convince her at some point. But yeah, But -1.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
It's great.
It's really great. It's so amazing. But yeah.
I think that was probably my favorite movie of the 3.
Oh, really? My favorite Spider-Verse because I'm a simp for Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, you're a simp for Spider-Man movies. That's probably my favorite movie. It probably goes to that Oppenheimer. I believe.
Yeah. So the next movie is what number?
I'm gonna watch this eventually, dude. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, I won't spoil it too much. I have it
ready.
In the Mood for Love is amazing, bro. Like, my siblings made fun of me for this, but like that ending just broke me. It was painful. You know, like how that last scene in La La Land was, and like how that was painful.
Yes.
Yeah, that scene was nice voice crack. That scene, I thought that scene was good. That scene in La La Land, like, I really like that scene, but what happens in the end here is just heartbreaking. Like, it's such a painful movie to watch, and it's amazing. I won't spoil too much. Going into this blind is really nice, but yeah, just know it's very slow-paced, which works well for it, and yeah, I think it's a little too slow at the start, but that's probably just me nitpicking, low-key. It's a great movie. Really, like, the acting, it's the actors, Tony Leung and I forgot the name of the girl. They're both, like, have such subtle and really real performances. Like, it's great. Amazing main soundtrack they have with this, like, violin, that they use very rarely. Like, they only use it in the scenes where they're truly alone. And I think it really highlights those moments, and it's great. It's great use of music. And this music, like, bangs, man. Like, I would use it, like, in every scene, to be honest. But, they were smart enough. Luckily, they're not me, so they were smart enough to not use it in every scene. But, yeah, it's a great movie. Amazing cinematography, amazing acting. And kind of broke me. So I will not be seeing this in a while. I'm going to be honest with you. But, yeah, number 9. Now we're in the 9 out of 10s. We're almost done, man.
Let's go.
Next up is The Tale of Zatoichi. Now, I think I mentioned this in my freaking long review for this movie on Letterboxd already, but I'm gonna mention it again. I've been wanting to get into like samurai films or like something like old Japanese films for a while, but I chose this because the number one movie in this list, the main character there, she said her first and her favorite film is this, and I was like, I know exactly where to start with these. So it was an amazing start. This movie's fantastic. Like, really great pacing and like showing who and why this his name's actually Oichi, the Zat part.
Oichi?
Yeah. That part's kind of like a way because he's blind, so people called that as kind of like a bit of a derogatory term to like blind people or disabled people. So that's why it's Zatoichi. That's why people call him that, or most people call him.
You're blind.
Yeah. And I loved it. Like the friendship he grows with like it's a Ronin basically, a lone samurai, so it's a Ronin, that's what they are.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
his friendship with him and like the respect and like the understanding they grow from each other is great, and like, you know, the inevitable final fight with them, it's so nice. And I think my least favorite part was the fighting choreography, but I understand what it was trying to go for, being a little like not trying to like be flashy or cool. It's trying to be like, this is how it really was. It was messy, it was unclean, and it wasn't very like, it was very nice to look at, and
Yeah.
it was great. I love the cinematography. Like the way the camera moves is like so like, yeah, this was made by a guy who has the experience. Like this guy's one of the best at his craft. You can just tell by the way the camera moves and the way it's so patient with how it tells its story. It's a great character study. It's a great film, and I definitely understand why it's such a classic. So yeah, I don't have much to say. It's an amazing film. Definitely check it out. It's like a 9 out of 10.
I will.
Yeah, heck yeah. There's like 25 of those movies, by the way. I'm gonna check out all of them at some point. Okay, next. This is my my second Shunji Iwai film. Love Letter. Oh man, this movie like actually broke me. So basically, this girl, her fiance died 1 year ago, and she goes to visit his grave again, pay her respects, and the whole movie's kind of, you know, like the grief and like the moving on, and we get to see a picture, like a snapshot of her fiance basically. His name is Fuji Itsuko, I think, and you get to see Fuji Itsuko, yeah, and you get to like see his like how like the different perspective, kind of like in Loving Vincent, like the different ways people saw him, and basically she mails a letter to the original his old house, and it just so happens that she thinks that old house is like gone, but it turns out that old house is still there, and it mails to a person who has the exact same name as the guy, but she's a girl this time, and they were classmates, so that's funny. And I love the contrast of the snow and the childhood scenes, because like we go flashback to like the childhood of this guy and like how he acted, and you kind of piece together what actually happens in the story, or like kind of like pick up context clues, like, oh, so that's why he's like, I'm not gonna spoil anything though, because it's like kind of subtle things that noticing by yourself is like so much more cool, so I'm not gonna say anything. But I love the contrast, like the way it's filmed in like the childhood scenes, like you get like, I can't describe it, the way they use color and the way it's like shot, like that's like, it feels like, yeah, you're in someone's childhood, like it's got a nostalgic feeling to it. And the snow, it's used perfectly to, you know, because like your wilderness kind of time where you're just kind of contemplating and you're kind of alone and you're kind of grieving, and that's like the point of winter, right? And it's got a great sense of like, yeah, using the seasons and a great use of color. And man, the music, I love the music. I have the music downloaded on my phone. Like I listen to it a lot of the time. Like I'm just sitting by myself at some point, I'm listening to this probably. Like I love the soundtrack for this movie. So amazing movie. Love what it talks about with grief and how the people we lose aren't actually like gone. They kind of live through the people they've connected with. I think that's beautiful. So amazing movie.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Peak.
It's peak. Yep. Next is, this can be kind of hard to talk about. So
You want to talk? What movie is it?
Grave of
the Grave of Fireflies. I got this.
Okay, go ahead. Explain it while I sob in a corner.
I don't have a heart. let's go.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so basically, during World War II, it starts with the son, the daughter, and the mom all gonna go to a shelter. But mom goes first because the kids are, I don't even know, getting stuff ready. They start going, but then the fire bombs drop,
Hmm.
and the shelter, I'm pretty sure is hit. Or maybe the mom didn't make the shelter before the mom
Yeah.
got hit. We don't. The mom got hit basically. That's all that really matters. She's in the
Yeah.
hospital. She looks horrible. She got maggots all over. Like, ugh.
It's like that.
But he-
That was shocking. That was awful.
ugh. Anyway, but he didn't want to tell his sister
She
about
doesn't
that.
want to traumatize. He doesn't want to traumatize her.
Okay, basically, I don't even know. And this guy decides says, "Look at this," and starts doing moves on a bar, dude. And
That's,
she ain't looking.
she's
She
crying.
ain't
I want to see
looking.
mom. That's what she says.
Bro, like, she crying. What are you doing, dude? She ain't even looking at you. Anyway, they go to their aunt's house, I believe. I believe it's her dad's side. It's her dad's.
Of course, it's from the dad.
Dad's sister.
Only the dad's side would be like.
Yeah, I think it's the dad's sister, basically. And so she's just like, yeah, let you stay. We can sell some of these kimonos, because they're really nice. Get some rice, and she's just like, oh. And the sister's like, I want to sell mommy's clothes. Why are you selling their clothes? You gonna come back, right? Because no, she don't know she's dead yet. And actually just told the aunt that her mom died recently. That's why she's trying to sell them. Now, honestly, the kid's not stupid, and she eventually figures it out, and that makes the brother break down, because he was trying to protect her from that.
Hmm.
And so they go out at night. They go out at night and see some fireflies. Some flower.
I broke when she said,
Fireflies, dude.
Why do fireflies
Die
live short, die so fast?"
yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
Die so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so no, and living with the aunt isn't really good. Not very enjoyable. She I don't know. She's like, man, why are y'all just like not helping the country during this wartime? Y'all like my children are over here doing
Serving
amazing
the country.
stuff for this country. They're in the country, like these things are like this thing is this person is 12 years old and this one's 4.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to do?
He's
What do you
14,
want me
but
to do?
still. Yeah.
These are like children.
Why
And so
aren't you selling
eventually,
your soul to the war?
and eventually, so they realized that their mom had money left in the bank, so they use that to buy all the stuff they need, and they move out. And instead of like trying to convince them to say anything, she's just like, "Oh, see you." And I don't
Yeah,
think
she's
she's
like-
actually seen in the movie again, dude.
Yeah, she's like the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. Like, I want.
Yeah,
if I could punch someone, I'd punch her, man.
She legit just is like, "All right, leave then. I don't care." She
Yeah,
legit does not care.
Like,
She legit
actually,
does not care, and we don't see her again.
I hope she freaking burned. Is all I'm saying, man.
She did not show up again. So then they start living in the little tunnel they were hiding in during the bombing, so not to worry about that. And they're there. They have to they're eating. They light up the things with fireflies. It's nice and wholesome, stuff like that. But as time goes on, they realize that, wait a minute, this isn't really the smartest idea. This guy is so I cannot remember their names for the life of me.
Setsuko and oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Seita.
I don't know what. Yeah,
Seita.
Seita and what's the kid's name? What's the
The girl.
girl's name?
Setsuko.
Seita and Setsuka?
Setsuko.
That's close enough. Oh well. I tried. So
Okay.
he's stealing food. To try to feed her. And he gets caught, and then they gets taken to the police basically, and they said, yeah, by the way, and he's like, stealing food's illegal during wartime, and he also said, well, beating a minor is also illegal. You wanna? So he runs off, goes back, and of course, the kid the child, the girl, has a disease. Yeah, I don't really know what disease it is, but it's a bad looking disease. Like
It's
I was like, this is like leprosy. It's not leprosy, but I was like,
it's a
I
bad
don't know, but it
disease
looks like bad.
basically.
It looks bad, basically. It looks real bad. So he takes it to the doctor, and then all the doctor says is just eat and drink. And I was like, okay, dude. And one, they can't even do that properly either.
Hmm.
So at this point, he's like, fine. He uses all the rest of their money to buy like her favorite stuff for the best meal. She eats some watermelon. She goes to sleep. He does not wake up. He does not wake up. She dies right then and there.
Nah, that
Boom.
broke
And
me.
so
He burns her body,
he
right?
he he burns her body, puts her ashes in the
The little can of the
fruit
candy she
candy.
liked.
Little fruit candy that she likes, and he goes somewhere. He starts going to somewhere. I don't know where, because I believe that because at the very beginning of the movie we see him basically die.
Yeah.
We see him die because he's like there in like I was thinking it's like a subway,
It's a subway.
because I'll say it's a subway, and so obviously the war. So it was like right, I believe after she died. He took
Yeah.
the rest of the money, and then he realized that Japan lost. They lost the war, and his dad also was already has been dead for a while. So he's basically all alone. There's nothing. So all everything nothing. So he goes. I believe I don't know why he goes to the subway, but he went to the subway, and then then we see that they were living on a property of a family who moved away during the war. They came back after it was ended, and then we see all the remnants of where they were living. Then okay, and we see those two like as ghosts basically walking throughout this, and the movie ends with them sitting on, I believe, a bench, surrounded by fireflies, looking over modern Japan, and then it ends right there.
Yeah.
Good movie.
It's amazing. This movie, like,
Good movie.
it's so amazing. You know, fun thing about this, not fun thing about this post actually. If you like, I forgot what you specifically do with like the editing for this image. Those fireflies around them are not fireflies around them. They're
They're actually like,
yeah,
you know,
and there's airplanes above them.
Yeah.
It's awful. So it's a very powerful poster. Do you know it's based off that original image? Do you know the original image?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you can check the stream. It's this this one right here. I don't want it with like compares. Here. This is the original image it was based off of. Like this right here.
Alright,
So-
I'll see it eventually. It's streamed away. Because of course there is.
Yeah, but yeah, it's based off this image, and yeah, that's where Yusuke Nakahata was like, "Yeah, I'm making a movie about this." Now, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
if
Oh,
I'm not-
jeez.
oh, sorry, what?
I said, yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
this Isa Takahata, he based it loosely off this like this, was it a short story or a poem? I forgot, one of the two. And it's loosely based on this guy's real experience with his younger sister. They did do something similar to this in the war, and he said he kind of did it as a sorry to his sister, because he didn't treat his sister the way he did in it is in the story and in this movie. He wasn't really nice to her. He was quite selfish, and it was kind of like I'm sorry, because she ended up dying too, and he felt guilty. And so this way he wrote the story was kind of like I'm sorry, I wish I did this for you too, and I thought that was heartbreaking. And
Yeah.
I think it's the best war movie that doesn't show war besides The Wind Rises. Like, it doesn't show you the war, but it completely shows you what it does to people. Like, the aunt and the doctor and all the adults in this movie, they become selfish, and they become inhuman. Like, they dehumanize. Like, they don't become real people anymore. I know we joke about it a lot, but they genuinely do not care, and they genuinely don't have
They do not care. They're like, oh well.
But yeah,
Rip those two children.
that's what they did. Yeah, and it's awful, and yeah, it shows that war is never worth it. And like, I
Nope.
think this is obvious, but people are stupid. Trust me. So, I mean,
Oh,
two
yeah.
world wars back to back. That shouldn't have happened. But
Yeah, that's wild.
yeah. When you really think about that, two world wars back to back, only like what 20 years, 10 years, 15 years apart, or something like that. Like that's insane, and it's never ever worth it. And I think this movie like really highlights
Yeah,
that.
it's wild how close those two wars were.
And it was for the exact same reasons too. Same countries, same exact conflict. It's freaking
Same
insane.
same countries, almost the exact same teams.
Yeah, the exact same teams, almost the exact same teams.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's
It's
basically
wild.
the same, and it was all avoidable. So
It's so funny how similar those two are because they both started the same way. They both started the same teams. America entered it literally
Late.
both of them late. It's quite literally. They're so similar.
yeah, like
It's crazy. It could be crazy.
It's crazy like that. But yeah, this movie, it's one of the most powerful pieces of art. Like if there's one thing I would show to like highlight the horrors of war, I wouldn't show them like your average horror movie, you know, like your something like Apocalypse Now or something, which I'm pretty sure those gonna do a good job. But like this perfectly shows it that everyone in war is a victim because you know like how we're taught in school. And obviously, I'm not defending what the Japanese army did to the countries they fought, but you know Japan is not a victim or something like that. But like I think it's not really countries in particular that are victims. It's just the civilians. Because, like, most of the people that died in the war are the civilians. And it doesn't matter what country they were from. They had no say in this. And they are all the victims. It's like... And that's something I really hate. Because, like, I was reading an article on this because I was so invested in this movie. And it was like... We asked a bunch of people who were like... Oh, like... I was like trying to ask, like, who were the real victims of the war? And I'm like, that's the wrong question. Everyone was a victim. All the civilians were freaking... We're all victims.
Everyone, literally every civilian in the wars that were fought, in the countries that were fought.
Yeah, it's not, oh, this country in particular. Like, that's not how you see it. That's the wrong way to see it. And it really, like pissed me off so much.
Like, most civilians from most countries suffered in that war, dude.
Yeah.
Like most of them.
A lot of them did.
Like, it wasn't just not even enough.
Yeah,
Kind of stupid question. Not gonna lie.
But
weird question to ask.
Yeah, it's something like to that effect. Was Japan a victim or something like that to that effect? And it really it's like it pissed me off so much. I just had to say that. I'm sorry, but
civilians, yes. The government.
Yeah, it's the government. It's all the government's fault. It's insane.
Civilians, yes, were victims. The government, no. I don't know.
Like
because I don't think because listen, the civilians didn't do the mass rape or area 78. Civilians didn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Civilians didn't do that. That was all government and army.
The army, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm just, glad it was not a life factor. We're also glad, be happy you weren't born in a country that was at war against Japan during World War II. That they invaded.
Yeah, Japan invaded my country, so.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I mean,
it's wild, dude.
Yeah. A little crazy fact about something. My grandfather was born in a cave because of the war, so that's an insane thing.
Jesus.
I know. I can't get over that. Like, that's insane. But yeah.
Cave? Oh my lord.
I don't know. Yeah. Grave of the Fireflies, an extremely powerful movie. Everyone, I feel like this is a mandatory. Like, almost everyone should watch this film. I feel just to show you. The horror story, because we're always like taught in history like how bad it was, but this like really highlights it. So yeah, sorry, I got a little passionate there, but
no, that's fine, man. That's fine.
I'm very passionate about like world wars in particular and like how it ruins people. So, but yeah,
I get it.
Grave of the Fireflies, amazing film. We're almost done, man. We're almost done. Up next is the Royal Tenenbaums. So I haven't watched this film back in February because like this movie like physically just like this movie kind of destroyed me. It's like basically this really broken family all coming together one day together, like coming back together because of different circumstances, and they all kind of reconnect and you kind of understand, and it really perfectly like shows you the dynamics within the family because it's told like a story, like a novel, and it even has chapters and stuff like that. And if you look at the chapters too, when it like shows in screen, like chapter blah blah blah. Yeah, Owen Wilson's in this one. He's great.
Owen Wilson is in like almost every Wes Anderson movie. Yeah,
you can say that for a lot of actors, but yeah. Owen Wilson was really good in this movie. He plays like a drug addict, and they try to help him recover. And he's great in this. Ben Stiller was great in this, and I kind of think of him as a meme actor. So when I saw him do like a really good performance, I was like, you just have to give these guys the right material, and they're actually really good. So
yeah. Listen, comedy actors are some of the most underrated actors.
Yeah, they're genuinely amazing.
If you give them like a really good script, like serious movie, they are some of the best actors I've ever seen. Like Adam Sandler can just pull out amazing performances really.
Wait, just when he wants to, right? Like when he wants to, he's like, I'm gonna do a good movie for once, and then he like never does it.
When he wants to,
he's amazing. Right?
When he acts like that, man, he's so good. Same with Owen Wilson. Same with Ben Stiller. I wouldn't really classify Nick Cage as a comedy actor, but he definitely can lean into comedy sometimes. When he gets really serious, he's like amazing. So yeah, let's give comedy actors the respect they deserve.
Yeah, I kind of see them like voice actors. Like no one gives them the respect they deserve a lot of the time.
Also, Will Ferrell.
I haven't seen him done a serious movie in a bit.
Yeah, but I think I've seen like one serious movie of him, and he actually worked really well in it.
Yeah, I mean he was great in the Lego movie, so.
Yeah, I think it was a movie. The concept was Granted, I haven't seen this in like years, but I believe the concept was like he plays a guy that knows when like he dies like a month.
So he's kind of
he knows he'll die in a month, so he has to
live his life.
He has like a month to live, basically, and he acts really good in that movie.
Oh, I need to see that one. What's it called?
I don't even know.
I'll find it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in so long, and I just forgot everything about it except for the concept and the fact that he acts really good in it. But yeah.
Gene Hackman is amazing. He plays Royal, and Royal is like my favorite character in this movie. One thing I really love about this movie is like they show Royal as a bad person. Like they even say it. Like he's an asshole in all honesty. But he's someone we can come to understand. Like even though he is kind of a bad person, we understand him and he tries to change and you grow and you connect with him, and I think that's great. Like the reason he even comes back to the family anyway is because even though he's basically not married to his wife, he still doesn't want to see her get married to someone else. And he even pretends like, oh, guys only have like 1 month to live to trick all of them into caring for him again. Like, he's a bad person.
Yeah.
But, like, as the movie goes on, like, you understand him and you connect with him, and it's great and it's beautiful. I loved it so much. Luke Wilson gives a great performance. He's like a daddy's boy, you know. He's like he was the dad's favorite, so he's like really close to him, and I loved his performance. I thought he was great. Like, he'll always ask his dad for advice. I'm like, oh my gosh, a bit of me. Because I can't do anything without my dad, low-key. I'm gonna be honest. I love Ben Stiller's character, who's kind of like, he hates his dad because his dad was kind of neglectful. And he was like, I didn't need my dad. But he also grows and connects with him, and I think that's great. I loved it. Like, it's a very, like, human, it's a very, like, honest movie. Like, it doesn't shy away from, like, showing, like, the worst of some of these people. And... yeah, even with those like bad qualities, we still can understand. We can still care for them, and it's an amazing movie. Like I loved it. Great characters. It's pretty funny, and I don't think a Wes Anderson film might ever top this. Honestly, like, I think this is kind of it for me. I think this might be the peak. So yeah, I heard Grand Budapest is his best, but I don't even know if it will come close to this, honestly. So we'll see. But this movie is great. I definitely recommend this one. And it's only like an hour and 45. Like, that's so impressive to me. So yeah, great movie. I definitely recommend checking that one out. Number 4. We're so close, man.
We're so close.
Next is Night is Short, Walk on Girl. So remember when I mentioned Ride Your Wave like 2 hours ago? Yeah, this is the same director, Masaki Yuasa.
Also, by the way,
yeah,
I saw this movie. I read the concept, and I've been meaning to watch this movie.
Okay,
I've been meaning to watch this movie.
If I had to really describe this movie, it's completely dreamlike. Like, in the most literal sense. You know how your dreams are, like, so
Like
random?
high.
Yeah, and it's, like,
Yeah.
on drugs. And it goes from one random thing to the next. Like, this movie's structured like that, and it's a blast because of it. It will go wherever, whenever, and will talk about the most insane and unrelated things all the time. And yet, by the end, it all comes together to like craft this tale about fate, about love, and like about living your life before you die. Because the night is short, just like the title would suggest. So live your life. Like it's an amazing movie about like it goes in so many directions that you think are like, why is it going here? That's so random. And you kind of slowly begin to accept it, and just this is what it feels like to take drugs in the best way possible. Like this is my drug addict. This is my drug. Like honestly, like I don't need what's that drug that makes you hallucinate? A hallucinogenic drug.
Hallucinogenic.
LSD. I don't need LSD. I have this.
Yeah,
so.
I don't need that. I got this movie.
Yeah, this movie is that. It's really fun. It's funny. It's got amazing animation, and it's just a great film. It's got a pretty great soundtrack on it. It's pretty good, and I just love this movie. Like, it's like a new comfort film for me, low key. Like, I'm gonna watch this again at some point. It's so rewatchable. It's really short too. It's like 90 minutes, and like it is 90 minutes, and it flies by. And yeah, I'm not gonna say too much anymore because I really want you to see it, but I loved it. It's really bizarre though. I'll give it that. Like, it's really random, but it's one heck of a ride. So
yeah.
Number 3, Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
You want to do this one?
I'll do this one.
Heck yeah.
I got this.
Go ahead.
Okay. Basically, this is a movie about Truman. Just a normal guy living his life. Normal town. Nothing
Nothing crazy.
off about it all. Nothing crazy. But then we start. Also, I love this poster.
I freaking love it, right? Like, it looks so. It's so good.
Anyway, I'm okay. Basically, I need to get back on track. So basically, Truman starts noticing things are strange about the town he's in, about everything around him. It all starts when his dad, that drowned, comes back, and it's weird. This movie is great. And I really, man, I don't really know the structure of this movie. I don't know. It flows, but I'm also just kind of like, like I can't really describe it in a good way that makes sense.
Hard. It's hard.
Okay, basically, Truman's a TV show. Truman's Life is a TV show. They got a baby that was born that was unwanted. They just grabbed one off basically one that was unwanted, and just started filming. Made an entire fake town.
All for him.
About an entire fake town. Hired actors to play the extras, and their parents, their wife, his everything. And everything about his life is fake. The only real connection he's made that has been fake is this one girl, this one actor, who developed a crush on Truman and tried to tell him to leave. And so ever since then, she said, then her dad, who is an actor as well, dad, came and took her, said that they moved to, I believe it was Tahiti. So ever since then, he's been trying to find a way to visit Tahiti. But every single time he tries to do that, he gets stopped for some mysterious reason. And every time he tries to leave the town, for some reason he gets stopped. So obviously he starts to get suspicious after this. And it really comes to a hell. Probably one of my favorite parts of the movie is when he gets his wife and he starts explaining everything that's off. Like, that same car has drove by our house like 3 times.
Yeah.
They're on a loop. And he goes off. He says, "Let's visit Atlantic City." And then she said, "But you hate gambling." He's like, "Well, yeah, but I need to try new things, right? That's what life's all about." He goes there. All the cars block his way. And he turns around and goes to another one. It keeps on going and going. And there's more and more things trying to stop him. Like, a literal firewall gets put up.
Yeah.
A literal firewall gets put up. He doesn't care. He goes in. He is on a bridge above water, and he's traumatized because his father drowned. Like, also, come on now, that's wild to do that to a kid.
I know. That's so freaking evil.
He's so traumatized because his dad drowned. So he takes the wise hand, makes her grab the wheel, and closes his eyes and starts driving. I think Turbio, she has to drive so they don't crash. That solves that problem. Then it's legit a nuclear leak, dude. They make that in order to stop this man. And then one of the workers calls him Truman, which he should not know his name.
Yeah, I love that.
Instantly realizes that, instantly gets out of the car and runs off. Of course, they eventually catch him, and they bring him back, and everybody assumes that all this is happening, and so he goes back to his house. He's up. He says he's back to normal, but then he goes in the basement, sleeps there. So they send his best friend, who is not his best friend, no, it's an actor who's been there. He goes there trying to look for Truman. He's saying he's not there. He dug out of the house, and they actually cut airing, which has never happened within like 30 years.
Which is wild.
That's never happened in like 30 years. Because it was always airing 24/7. The entire town in this super cool and like kind of unnerving scene is just searching for him. But then he's on a boat. Going towards in the ocean that way. He doesn't know what's gonna happen. He doesn't really know the mechanics of all this, so he's just kind of hoping. And so they do all the storms. I stop him. He's like, if you're gonna stop, you gotta kill me. And then most of the people in the control room are like, we can't just kill the guy. The main guy's like,
the one who made the show.
Be born. I watched him die. I can watch him die. He was born in the air. He can die in the air, basically. But he stopped. He didn't kill him. And Truman reaches the edge. And so he finds some stairs. And he's about to walk out. And the guy starts talking to him. They say something because he wants like a big speech. And all Truman does, like probably my favorite part of the movie right here, is all he does. He says the line he's said every single morning for like 20+ years.
Good morning.
If I don't see you, in just case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and walks off.
It's amazing.
Walks off. It's such an amazing ending. By just like he didn't give him anything, the movie ends completely with the guy saying, "Well, that was cool." So, is there anything else on?
I love that, right? Hey, I keep going.
And that was the end. That's the end of the movie. I love it. And Jim Carrey
is amazing in this movie.
Jim Carrey acted his ass off, dude.
He was so freaking good in this movie. Like, he was amazing. I love this movie. It's like, it's so.
This movie is. I saw somebody describe the movie as the most family-friendly horror film ever made.
Yeah, and it's exactly that. Like, it's actually horrific what they do to Truman. And, like, I like what one review and, like, a comment said, like, he will never live a normal life after this.
No, because every single time, it's just, like, fake. It's fake sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can never do that.
Yeah, he'll forever be, like, traumatized, kind of, because of that. And he'll never, like, have a normal life. And because, people start following him, like, oh my gosh, you're the Truman guy and stuff like that. And he probably won't understand how most of the world works because he's been living in, like, a fake world his whole life. I think that's such a cool thing to think about, like, what happens after. And I'm so glad Hollywood doesn't give a crap enough about this movie to ever make a sequel. And Jim Carrey has enough honor to never do that, so thank God. But I freaking love it.
I really do not want a sequel.
I do not.
The way Truman walks out into, like, pitch black, they cannot see him. You never see him again. It's just like the audience of the show.
We never see
him.
We don't know what happens. I love that.
Yeah, but but obviously I think he's just gonna end up with the girl. Of course, I think that's what's gonna happen. Anyway, but yeah, I love this movie a lot. It's great.
Amazing.
Jim Carrey was like, Jim Carrey proved himself as like an actual, like, super serious, super good actor here.
Yeah, because he was able to do like comedy and like serious and like at the same time.
At the same time, dude. And another super good scene, I forgot I mentioned this, is when they went back to the house.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super unnerving to see this because she's talking. She has to do an ad. So she does a full ad read in front of him. It's like,
who are we talking to?
Like, what are you even talking about? Sort of thing. And it's that part was super unnerving because like imagine seeing someone that you've married just start talking like to no one about some coffee beans.
And I love the
You know what I
scene
mean? And then
before that too, like the bit before
Yeah,
that where he's like, "You actually hate me,
yeah.
don't you?"
Yeah, so it's great. It's
Yeah,
great.
amazing acting. Like it's so like it sounds kind of easy. Okay, it doesn't. But like the actors who are like the side who are like they're acting that they're acting. Like that's so hard to do.
Yeah.
That was like everyone here is like S tier. Like everyone here deserved an Oscar. Honestly, they were all top tier. Like fantastic.
Bro, I bet Jim Carrey didn't even win anything.
Yeah, I didn't respect him. Like he didn't win nothing. Like how Nick Cage's been robbed these last 50 years, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
the cinematography, it's so good. The way it really makes yeah.
Jim Carrey took a Golden Globe for the Truman Show, but he is I don't think he's ever
Academy.
been nominated.
Ever?
He's never been nominated.
That's
He's
actually
never been nominated.
that's a crime, actually.
Yeah, he has never been nominated for an Oscar. Not once.
That's a crime. Hopefully Sonic 3 will change that for real, but
Bro, you already know. Like, I don't know why. Like, this movie deserves. He deserves an Oscar for it.
yeah, this performance is like one of the greatest performances ever, maybe. Like, insane.
It's so good, and yet he doesn't get any recognition for it, which is sad.
That's insane. But luckily, this movie's kind of become a classic, so you know it's all good.
And so this movie has definitely become a classic. I'm curious to know how good Jim Carrey is.
Mm. But yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he's the GOAT.
he kind of is low key. Like he's definitely on like GOAT status with a lot of others. Like he's up
For
there.
real, dude. Hey, this is the same guy that did Ace Ventura.
Yeah, he did Ace Ventura.
But like, Ace Ventura is also so good. I love watching Ace Ventura.
I don't think I've ever seen like a full one. I ever used to watch a bit of it on HBO.
What? No,
haven't seen
you
a
gotta watch
full
Ace
one.
Ventura 1
I
at
will
least, dude.
I need to watch it at some point. My dad loves those movies, so I'm definitely checking them out. And Jim Carrey, like, I know he's like the guy in those films. I'm definitely checking those out.
Bro, he's the guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Truman Show, it's amazing.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna gawk over it for a bit more, but, man, the cinematography is, like, practically perfect in this film. And I love, like, the subtleties. Like, again, the actors have to act as, like,
Act
actors.
like they're acting.
Yeah, it's amazing. And my favorite scene, personally, is the scene where his best friend tries to convince him not to leave, and it works.
Yeah.
And it, like, shows you how it's done, and the best friend, who's not really his best friend, says, especially hit hard when he was like, and honestly, I'd go into traffic for you, because he doesn't mean that, but he says it like he means it. It's just some guy telling him, and it's like, that's so, like, awful to do to someone. It's, like, such a good scene. And of course that ending, like, that's a perfect ending in my eyes. Like, I think that's, like, one of the few perfect endings for any movie. Or anything, ever.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Ah, man. Like, amazing. The only reason, like, it isn't a 10 for me is because I feel like I don't understand everything in this movie he's trying to tell me. And I feel like it deserves that 10 when I can fully, confidently understand what it's all trying to tell me. Because, like, it's really heavy on a first watch, so.
Yeah.
I'll probably give this a 10 when I rewatch it, but it's an amazing movie. Like,
It's also like, you got, like, it's wild how in the flashbacks when he was like in high school, obviously they couldn't just get younger people to play him. They just had to roll with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's a big awkward scene. Like 40-year-old people like in high school.
But it kind of works.
You know
like, you kind
mean?
of don't think about that, honestly.
You don't really think about it, but obviously they're not high school age, but I don't really care enough to. And it's so weird seeing just how, like, his wife is always there, just so forced. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Jesus.
Mm. But yeah, amazing movie. Like, I think we've gawked over this for a while now, but like, it's just that amazing. Like, I don't know what else to say.
It's just that good.
Yeah.
Peak.
Peak. Genuinely peak. I will give this a 10 when I rewatch it, but yeah. But unfortunately, I will say that The Truman Show is the best movie in this list, but I don't think it's my favorite. It's the best, but it's not my favorite.
I think I personally like it a bit more than The Boy and the Heron.
That's
For me
fair.
personally, I think I like it a
fair.
bit more.
That's fair.
And I haven't seen the number one.
Oh yeah, we'll get to there when we get there. I'm gonna like freaking like go crazy for that at 3 in the
Hey,
morning.
Boy and the Heron.
Heck yeah. Or How Do You Live? You want to explain this one too, or you want me to do it?
I mean, I'll do it.
Okay, heck yeah.
It is kind of confusing. So basically, his mom dies. Mahito's mom dies, basically in a fire. I will say a lot of Ghibli moms seem to magically die in fires, dude.
Yeah, because Hayao Miyazaki, he lost his mom at a young age, so that's why a lot of his movies have like moms in it. In the fire, I don't know
specifically in fire. Like specifically, all these Ghibli moms lose their River of Fireflies, fire. Fire. It's not Ghibli. It's not Ghibli.
That's a Ghibli thing, I guess. Yeah.
Ghibli thing is fire death.
Fire death.
Anyway, fire death. Anyway, but yeah, so this is kind of wild. His dad
married the sister.
Goes to marry the sister, which is wild.
That's something.
Well, that's a choice, dude. Oh my god.
I can't get over that, but yeah.
I mean, if I was a kid, I would be pissed too. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hate her too.
Anyway,
I can't lie.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm moving on though. So, they go into move into a new house, new big house. Actually, not big. They have this big building in front of the normal house.
Yeah.
And basically, blah 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 blah, and they go to school, and he gets into a fight. He gets into a fight in the field, and then he uses a rock to bash his head.
Yep.
To cut himself. See, when I was first watching this, I was like, what?
It's like because he doesn't want to go to school, because he doesn't like being outcast.
Yeah.
So like, and it's kind of a way to get back because his dad will be like, "Yo, what did these kids do to you?" So.
Yeah, but I was still just like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, anyway, he's a weird kid. So.
Anyway, and then his dad's like, "Who did this?" He's like, "No one. I fell."
Yeah.
Like, all right, dude. Yeah, definitely. Only the side of your head is hurt. You fell. All right, dude. Anyway, so yeah, his dad's like, I'm gonna solve this. Grr. Then the sister mom.
The sister mom.
Starts taking care of him and stuff. Also, please cut the other side of this man's head.
Yee has haircut.
Please. The yee ass haircut, dude. Just get this man a mohawk at this point. It would look so much better than the half mohawk he has now. Please.
Yeah, I agree
Please.
on this one.
It was so distracting. Watching this man run away from parakeet, and then this man still just has half his hair gone and half of it not, and I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Anyway, so he goes by the pond. And the heron, who's been around, is like grows a nose and some teeth, and frogs start covering him. Then the sister mom was like, "Oh, stop that!" Bows and arrow. The next day, you see the sister mom walking through the woods, and he follows after her, and he follows the heron into the cave. The heron says, "Look at this thing of your dead mom. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool?" And he was like, "Oh yes, I will touch it." It just all was like, "Man, why'd you touch it? Why'd you touch it? I can't keep it like this when you touch it." And, they start fighting. Heron's like, "I'm gonna rip your heart out." Then he shoots an arrow that he was made with the heron's feathers, and it tracks the heron. And it makes a hole in the heron's beak, which makes it so the heron cannot change into a heron. Just this strange little man. And by the way, he has a nanny with him.
Yeah, voiced by Florence Pugh.
Yeah, who looks like Florence Pugh when she's younger. I mean,
yeah.
Cool. Anyway, and then after that, and man, does Ghibli hate old people? Why'd they make him look like frogs every single time? The heron man and the old ladies look the exact same. Why?
I don't know.
Anyway, this is old. There's this old dude that says gray hair and lead him somewhere, and they sink into the floor. Then he appears, and pelicans try to eat him, like they could eat him by opening the gate or whatever. And then Grandma. No, wait, no, yeah. Then the grandma, but young, shows up and rescues them from the basically harmless pelicans. What can they do? You gonna swallow me whole? You're like, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything. Anyway, just that white souls. They're like souls from the movie Soul, the Pixar movie. You know?
Yeah. The
Look
Wada
similar.
Wada.
Yeah, the Wada Wada, but souls. Like, I'm pretty sure they're souls. The pelicans start eating the souls because that's their food source. And the fire witch starts.
Oh.
See him go away.
There you go. Sorry.
And then, so back at the house, this guy, the pelican that's dying basically in the backyard. And he says, "Yeah, no, we've been down here forever. We can't really eat that many fish here. We have to eat the Wada Wada to live."
Yep.
And all our I'm mimicking the breath at this point.
Willem Dafoe, my god.
And I should have watched the dub, dude.
Oh, you didn't watch the dub? Both are
I watched
good.
the dub.
Both are good though.
I should have watched the dub because I know Robert Pattinson was the
Heron.
Heron.
That was crazy.
I can't believe the Batman and the guy from the White House is a Rain Man now. Anyway, that's why he thought Robert Pattinson's also just a goat.
Yeah, he kind of.
Anyway, moving on. He basically said, "Yeah, now our newer generations are forgetting how to fly because we have no use for it anymore." And then he dies, and he buries him. And I was like, okay. And then when we see the parakeets who can't fly, I was like, that's what would have happened to the pelicans, basically. You know what I mean? Because the parakeets, you don't really see them flying. They're like pretty much anthropomorphic. They stand on two legs, they can't fly. And so I'm pretty sure that's what the pelicans were talking about. Like, the pelicans would turn into like their own version of what the parakeets turn into. Anyway, I just talk about what I thought would happen. Anyway, after that, they leave the old lady, not the old lady, the old lady that's not old anymore. And they start going, and they meet the parakeets who eat people. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes these parakeets are really funny to look at. Sometimes these things are the most intimidating parakeets you'll ever see in your life. Like, when you first see these things, you're like, huh, that's kind of intimidating. It's like their dead, beady eyes, dude.
Yeah, I love it. I love their designs. Like, they look so dead, and like they look like someone's wearing something under them. Like, they're the skin or whatever.
Actually. Anyway, the heron leads them away because the guy fixed his feet. Or Mahito fixed his feet earlier. And so, basically, they're like, yeah, we're gonna eat you. But then the fire witch showed up and saved them, and took them back to her house, and they were eating bread. Eating bread with jam on it. Which I do love me some toast. Jam. Jelly. Then they go into the place where the sister mom is. And it's probably the movie that confused me the most, because she instantly was like, I hate you to never mind, go back, or something like that. I don't even know. But she switches up within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
5 seconds switched up from I hate you to
Let's go home together, man.
let's go together, man. And basically, so she gets knocked out. No. Mahito gets knocked out, and then the fire witch is like, Ayo, sister, like, does some bell or something. Like, Ayo, sister, come on. Starts coming, and then the spirit of the paper knocks them both out. No. I don't know what happened there. But after that, I don't know. They're taken by the... Mahito is taken by the parakeets to be eaten. And the fire witch is put into a casket to bring to the old man, who is the great uncle mentioned it earlier in the movie that went missing created this world. Hey, just stay with me here. Stay with me here. And so the Heron saves them. They knock out a whole bunch of parakeets. They start following. Parakeet King shows up.
Crazy.
And so they start going up, and they follow him. No, the Parakeet King stops them. The Heron and the other dude for a little bit, and then Mahito's like, the Great Uncle's like, Mahito, you're late for me. Quick, up, do. We need to replace me instead. Stack these blocks on top of each other. And then they wake up, they go, the Fire Witch is there, Mahito is there. The Fire Witch says, yeah, by the way, I'm your mom. I died in a fire, and I'm a Fire Witch. So yeah. Anyway, Parakeet King shows up, says, why are you gonna give the world to this child? Stacks up the stones himself because he's a dumbass. It falls. He cuts him up. I don't even know. He cuts him up.
I don't know what he does, dude.
He gets mad and cuts him up, and then the world collapses, and they be running, and then she's like, yeah, I can't wait to give birth to you, something. And then he's like, wait, well, you're gonna die. He's like, oh well.
And she's like, it's all good, you know.
It's all good. You got it. But then they leave. Happy family. Like a year later, they leave for good. Mahito leaves, and that's about it. Yeah. So trust me, it's good. It might not sound like it from me saying it, but trust me, it's good.
It is. Your explanation was beautiful. Honestly, it took you like 20 minutes, but that was kind of art.
Listen, I tried, man. I tried.
It's a hard movie to explain. Yeah.
I tried.
Oh gosh, it's almost 3 a.m. for me. We should wrap this up. But
Uh-oh.
But yeah, this movie, it's amazing, man. I'm gonna gawk over this movie for a bit. I love how this, for me at least, this and The Wind Rises are like companion pieces to me, because not only are they like a culmination of what Hayao's career has come to at this point, but they're also very like reflective and like introspective of like who he is as an artist and everything like that. I think both do a really good job at that, and yet both can really do a good job of being their own movie with that being like taken away. I think that's like something so hard to do, and I think he did it really well. I think he did better in The Wind Rises. I mean, it's like my 4th favorite movie of all time, so I think he did it there better. But this movie it's amazing. It really is like how The Wind Rises kind of did it too, where it's like kind of a lot of the different things you get to see, like that we're used to in Hayao's films, like the crazy adventure, the message of life, like all the different things, like the talk of they did even a bit of like environment and stuff like that, like how the world's kind of messed up. And I think he did a great job of like mixing all these. Like, it didn't come out completely perfect because there's a lot of things that are really confusing. And it does get lost in its own sauce, I'll give it that. Like, it gets a little lost in itself. And I think that's fine. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like Hayao got lost too, a bit.
You ask an average person that watches this movie what's this movie about,
they wouldn't be able to explain.
They legit would say, like, without being able to forget, basically. Because the Heron literally just, at the end of the movie, it says,
just forget.
It's best for you to forget this. I'm not at all stating the theme of this movie, because I know for a fact you guys won't be able to get it by yourself. Okay, I will leave the movie now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, he's like, it's okay to forget. Remembering's overrated. I think I love that line a lot, honestly. Like,
yeah, the movie's overrated. Okay, now I will now leave.
And he just leaves, he just wanders off. But yeah, I think this movie is amazing at that.
Bro turned into just quick. Bro turned into the writer real quick. He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing. The only way I feel like you really could enjoy this film, though, is if you watched a lot of other Ghibli films, right? Like, if you didn't watch a lot, I feel like it's gonna be hard to enjoy this film. For me, personally. Like, you get so much more out of it if you watch his other films, because it really is an homage, because there's so many subtle different, like, references.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I basically watched the entire catalog for all the food.
Yeah. I also don't like the American name for it because it's what it was called in theaters, The Boy in the Heron. Like, it's way better as How Do You Live. Like, that's what the real movie's about anyway, you know. So I prefer calling it How Do You Live, and I like the old poster better, but this is fine too. But yeah. But this movie's like amazing. The animation, of course, is like absolutely stunning. Like, it's just incredible to look at. And I really do love how, like, Hayao, because he's a very, like, I think you can kind of tell just by looking at him, he's a very controlling kind of director. He always wants it his way. I think you can kind of tell with his films. This one, he made the animators do a lot more free reign. I think that's really cool, honestly. Like, I think you could tell with some scenes they're animated a little differently from what it's, like, you kind of be used to. Like,
I'd say the fire scene.
The fire scene was the most standout. But even, like, the little things, like, you know, like how he does his wide running animations where they're like running really fast. It felt very different in this film. Like, I couldn't really point my finger on it. It probably is because there was someone else animating this film instead of him. Like, because in production there were basically him and another person who basically directed the whole thing. But towards the end, my man couldn't. He was a little too old for it. You know, the other guy kind of basically took over and directed the rest of it. So yeah, I really love that. You know, it shows like growth and like. The old era of Studio Ghibli is over, you know, the era of him, Isao Takahata, and Toshio Suzuki is gone because Isao Takahata died. And this film is, like, kind of a... It's also kind of a goodbye to him. Like, I remember watching this one video, and by the end of it, Hayao said, like, I finally buried Paku-san, which was his nickname for him. Like, it's really nice. There was a friendship there. It's, like, really nice, honestly. And if you watch like clips of them together, like they're buds, man. Like they're like the true homies, you know. This is the homie you want for life. It's like they're so fun to watch, honestly. They're homies, yeah. But yeah, like it's a great homage to that, and yeah, it's like a great way of saying goodbye to the old Ghibli, but like looking forward to like what else is to come, because he's not yet done. I don't think Hayao will ever be done making movies. Like I feel like he'll die while making another movie, man. Like he's gonna keep going, and
he's gonna die at the animation table.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, he's not stopping anytime soon. I feel like this is a kind of like a showing of like what's kind of to come. Like there's more for this studio. Like we're not yet done, you know. Like we still got it.
Yeah.
So I love that about this movie, and that leaves us with the number one film. Oh my gosh, can you please load? It's 3 a.m. Let me talk about this film.
Up too quick. This man needs to sleep.
Yeah, is the Wi-Fi dead? Oh my gosh.
No shot. The Wi-Fi dies are at number 1, dude.
I know. Wait, let me check my stream. It's still alive. Okay, we're still alive. I've been live for 3 hours now.
That would be tragic.
I would cry.
That would be tragic.
But yes, we've done it. It's only 3 a.m. We're at number 1. It's a summer film. I haven't watched this in a while. I was supposed to rewatch it today, but Overwatch Esports, you know, like that's more important. Sorry.
Of course.
Of course, you know, I gotta see my team lose, but it's fine. It's a summer film.
I watched that. I was watching that. It's a summer film.
Yep. Basically, Barefoot, who's the girl in the middle, she's in this film club,
Barefoot.
It should be nicknamed Barefoot.
That's rough, man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know. But basically, she's in this film club, and there's like this popular girl who she kind of like has a rivalry. She kind of like doesn't like her now because her film was like this like cheesy romance movie, and she's like, oh, I freaking hate that, it's so garbage. And Barefoot's like, I want to make my own samurai movie because I love samurai films. And they're like, yo, we need our own samurai movie. And she basically wrote up the script. Her and her friends, like the ones in this poster, they all like have their own little like cool little hideout, and they like watch samurai movies and stuff like that. And they read books, and it's like such a like nice, like it's so nice to like watch, honestly. And this movie goes in like the wildest directions, man. So she meets this guy, and she's like, "This is the guy for my movie. Like, you know, this is the guy who'll be the star of my freaking samurai movie." And she freaking chases him down. Like he runs away, and she absolutely chases him down. And he freaking like jumps into the water, and she's still like, "Yo, be in my movie." And it's freaking great. But yeah. What the heck was that? Was that a clapping sound you gave?
I used the Discord soundboard.
We had a Discord.
I just realized.
Oh, that's epic. But gosh, that's loud. Please don't do that. It's 3 in the morning. I beg of you.
Alright, I'll stop. It's in the morning.
But yeah, this movie is so wild. Like, I'm gonna say what this one review said. I love quoting it. It says, a sci-fi, a rom-com about hating rom-coms, a sci-fi movie about samurai cinema. This shit's got layers of layers. Like, that's, like, this movie's everywhere. Man. I loved it. Basically, like, it's the only movie in, like, my top 10 that didn't make me depressed. Or, like, even the top 15 that didn't make me completely depressed. Like, the top 15, I'm like, man, that kind of hurt. Like, I guess except
for
The
Truman Show made you depressed?
What? Yeah,
Truman
bro,
Show
it made me
depressed?
rethink my life, bro. I was like, man, that's deep.
Are you in the show?
Who knows? Maybe you're fake. You're a paid actor, too. You're a paid
Maybe
actor.
I am.
Too. Yeah. Maybe I'm a paid actor, and,
Maybe I am.
And maybe you're trying to trick me, but I'm a paid actor, and I'm just talking to you right now. Because I'm paid.
So I'm gaslighting you to think you're not a paid actor.
But yeah, It's a Summer Film was like, because like yeah, a lot of the movies I've watched here are like really heavy stuff. Honestly, like Grave of the Fireflies, Royal Tenenbaums, like freaking like that's like heavy stuff. But like this movie was like, this movie had me smiling the entire time. There's only a few movies that have me smiling the entire time. This is one of them. Like that's how I knew this was a 10 out of 10. Like this movie, it would have been a 9, but like I was like, this movie is like so special. Like it's just it's like something about this movie just like gets me going. Like it's 10. So
yeah,
it's still my only 5-star, I think. So yeah, that's something.
Is your only 5-star?
Yeah, but
like,
only 10 out of
ever.
No, but this year, 10 out of 10
Okay,
this
but
year.
this sounds like. Well, you said that Truman Show is probably gonna be a 10 when you watch.
It will be a 10 when I rewatch, definitely. It might even beat this. Who knows? We'll see. But so this is my number 1 for now.
Ah, dang it!
But yeah, this is my number 1 for now, and it's like basically
my computer's about to die.
your computer died.
No, well, what happens is that it's like broken, and
Oh,
I have it propped up on a whole bunch of Game of Thrones books, and they just fell, and this thing got crushed again. So, bro, this.
yeah, but where was I with this movie? My brain's like fried, man. Yeah, she kind of like gets this kind of nice little group together. She gets this one guy who likes like bites.
I told you, man. I told you. It's over. It's over, dude.
What?
Bro, I just left the call.
I'm brain dead, bro.
Bro, this computer is. Are you still talking?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, but listen, my computer's about to die. So like, I'm about to send an image. This is what is holding my computer. This is what is holding my computer screen to my keyboard. This picture right here. that one wire. That one wire.
Oh my gosh! Keep it in. We can keep going.
That is all that's holding the screen. That is all that's holding my screen together, dude.
Let me show it to the stream. This is what's holding his computer, everyone.
Bro, it's
it's okay.
It's been like this for a couple months now, but I don't think this wire doesn't have that much longer left.
Oh no.
The computer, I don't know.
We gotta hurry this up then before it crashes. But
bro,
yeah,
the computer works, but I'm just afraid it's not gonna work for that much long. Like, I'm afraid it's gonna be breaking in a couple of months, dude.
Yeah.
Computer might just die.
One day. You should probably get like a cloud and a backup for your files and stuff. But...
I don't have anything important on this computer.
Oh, okay, that's good. So yeah.
Only thing I do on this computer is really just.
Okay, that's good then. But
what
yeah.
I do on here is this computer probably has like 15 viruses on it.
Oh gosh. But yeah, let me go back to the movie. I gotta sleep soon. It's 3 in the morning. It's a
summer film.
But yeah, it's such
like good.
It's so charming. Like if I ever had to describe this movie in one word, it's like the most charming thing ever to me. Like all the characters are so like weird and like silly, but you're like, it's so much fun. Like you're just having such a great time. And like she sets up this group to like make their own samurai movie. And like it's just so much fun. Like they start like goofing around and like they make it and stuff. And it's like, man, it's so much fun. Like it really wants you to go up and like start filming something stupid, you know? Like it really captures that feeling. And it really like
that's what we're doing right now.
Heck yeah. And it really highlights what makes filmmaking important. Like, something that I, and like a lot of other letterbox freaking nerds forget, is that a film is like a collective, like, it's a group thing.
Like an effort.
Yeah,
Group
you
effort.
can't do it by yourself. Like, even if you make a movie, quote unquote, like, you are the only person with your, there's still like a level of effort with other people. Like, that's what makes like.
That's like that's why I think I always remember that because I believe what was it? I don't know. It's like a lot of movies that I like, movies I like involvement from bad people who are like, why are you watching that movie? It's like, well, a movie is more than just one person.
Yeah, it's more than just
like
one
it's
person.
more than just one person. It's like, what are you gonna do about the movie? Like, the movie has had what about the cast, what about the director, or about the camera crew, or about everyone that worked on this movie. Are you just gonna invalidate all their work because of
one
bad
person.
guy?
Yeah, I think
Because I remember movies are group effort.
Yeah, and this movie really highlights it. Like, filmmaking is a group thing. It can't be done alone, and I love that. And this movie's also mature enough to like not make fun of like even though it, like, makes fun of rom-coms, like, it makes it clear like it's fine to like cheesy and like weird stuff, because this movie's like, oh yeah, they're making a cheesy romance film, but like it shows later on like one of the characters is like, I like that kind of stuff, and they're like, yeah, it's fine, I guess, we don't really have a hatred. And it's like mature enough to not go, oh, we're so much better. Like, there is no quote unquote like better genre per se, or like, people just have their own preferences for different things. Like, I like my slice of life stuff, and you're more of like a horror kind of guy,
I like horror.
Yeah, like, there's no objectively better genre of slice of life or horror. It's like they're two different things, and I think this movie like does that. Yeah, you like both.
I like horror better.
Yeah, see, like, that's normal. That's fine.
Because I don't know why. Because I've watched more.
That's fair. Watch this. It's still kind of. It's still stupid at times, honestly. There's a lot of dumb moments, especially with the time travel that happens later, which I won't say much.
Oh, whoa. Why is there time travel?
No, I won't explain it. You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
Time travel?
You have to watch it. You'll see.
I thought this movie was about making a samurai movie.
It is, but it's also, that's why I said sci-fi, because there's time travel.
Aliens will show up.
No, they don't, but it's time travel. And it really talks about how, like how every time like something new comes up, like how there's like, how do I say it? Like, how like TikTok nowadays, like, oh, people are having shorter attention spans, and like, oh, you can't watch this movie because you're like TikTok brain or whatever, and like this movie kind of talks about that a bit, like, oh, yeah, so, like, there's kind of talks of like, oh, movies are gonna die because of that or whatever. Like, like, it's not like a big discussion, but some people are like that.
Nah.
Yeah, it's never gonna die. And this movie kind of shows like the people who love the medium of film the most, it will never die, because there's always gonna be at least one person in the world that loves movies and like will want to keep the medium alive. Like, it's never going to die.
And also, all I gotta do is put Subway Surfers gameplay up there.
Heck yeah, and don't start paying attention, low-key.
Oh, start paying attention.
Yeah, it's epic.
Easy. But yeah, good movie. I haven't seen it. I will see it.
It's amazing.
I can trust your word for it.
I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Next time we do this, when we talk about the movies that I've watched.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
It's gonna be fun.
Man.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, yeah. That means that I am the most knowledgeable one.
Heck here. Yeah, you are.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, Pete. I haven't finished. Congrats.
Yep, that's the list. I probably gotta go soon, but yeah, check out It's a Summer Film, and check out, basically, if I had to recommend everything here, it'd be the top 30 maybe of the list.
I want you guys to go check out the Casa Grande's movie at the very bottom.
You know what? Yeah, check the Casa Grande's movie. The bottom 20. The bottom 20 actually. So that's here.
Check out the bottom 20. Actually, while you're at it, go watch Friday the 13th 1 through 5.
Heck yeah. So, you know what? Screw all the top. They're all suck. Don't mind how I gawked at them for like 3 hours. Everything at the bottom is actually the best. The first stream was the best stream.
Okay, I'm gonna say, yeah, the first stream was kind of the best stream because we had the most fun talking about the bad movies. The second scene was kind of short, and also we talked about the mid movies, so not let's say.
Not the most.
Wait a minute. Okay, we started at like.
It's been like 6 hours.
Like 7 hours.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I gotta go to bed. So, yeah, thanks for coming along with me, man. Like, this was a blast. I can't wait to do this again.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, heck yeah. It's gonna be crazy when we're gonna do the horror stuff. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But
yes, it is.
yeah.
Can't wait.
I'm worn out, so I'll see you
Yep.
guys in the next stream. Goodbye.
Yeah. Also.